used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all used to hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Realest podcast.
What up, what up? We back. The Realest Podcast ever, episode 180. It's your boy C. Diddy.
Oh, it's on me.
Yeah, you are a host.
What's my name?
Matthew.
Man, there you go.
Kathy Main in the building. For those of you watching on YouTube, I'm trying to adjust this stuff. We got a special guest in the building. We got a third mic. I will introduce him in a second. For right now, I want to complain about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Today's Wednesday, but this show is out on Friday for obvious reasons. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all watch the Chris Gotti interview. That one dropped already. That dropped yesterday. As far as Marvel Cinematic Universe time, I'm all over the place with this time stuff. But yeah,
Is that what MCU stands for?
Yes.
I never knew that. Marvel Cinematic. People always be like MCU, and I never like.
Like,
I was 10 years old too.
That's crazy.
You just discovered that too?
I'm not a big Marvel fan.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, me like 60 episodes ago, me and Matt had a heated debate on how he would rather watch Super Troopers than Black Panther.
Yeah,
then we had to have BF and Kruma, brother Mitch, come on the show and school Matt to how important Black Panther was to the black diaspora.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree to that part, Matt.
I mean, I understand the importance, and I still would
Didn't
rather
give a
watch
shit.
Super Troopers.
I'm
don't
not
care.
the nigga that's like, well, if you watch Black Panther or you miss Black Panther, that's why Thor 3 don't make sense to you. Like, I'm not that nigga.
Me personally, I think Black Panther is like, it was a good movie, but it's just,
They you know, speaking of Thanksgiving, they treated Black Panther like that Thanksgiving turkey. They chopped every piece of meat off of that bird that they could. They extracted every element of Black pride that was possible in order to make sure that they got you know, what they wanted from that
and Michael
from
B.
that
Jordan
film.
still slid and was awful.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
This your king?
Yeah.
This your king? Yeah, he was terrible.
Y'all living like kings around here.
He was Keek the Sneak as a Marvel villain.
I can't do this, man.
I was waiting on him to say yada da man.
Where's Farva at? I need Super Troopers.
Y'all killing Killmonger.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Nah. And niggas is so easily impressed. Niggas was like, no, he the greatest.
He
took the crown. He's the greatest Marvel villain.
He the young goat.
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, Thanksgiving, man. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm over it. I talked to my mom yesterday. Shout out my mom. I love her. I talked to my mom for about an hour, just randomly. She just randomly called me, and we was catching up or whatever. And part of our conversation, which we talked about a lot of stuff over the course of an hour, is basically about like how I hate Thanksgiving. Like I, Chad Fain, am over Thanksgiving. And my mom actually agreed, and she's like, yo, if your brother wasn't coming up here from DC, you know, with my nephew, her grandson, she's like, I wouldn't cook anything. Like, y'all would eat pizza. Like, it would be a wrap for you. And my whole thing is, I'm going to jump out on a limb here. I'm going to say it for the YouTube community and for the pod community. Thanksgiving don't slap no more than me.
I'm going to keep it, but my mom passed away in 2002.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, I know there are people out there that probably feel just like me. And when it comes to Thanksgiving, I feel like a refugee. Like I'm kind of just.
Don't really know where to go.
Like I could end up at my dad's, Lee Mom's, the Salvation Army, Wawa,
Everything's an option.
Yeah, you know, and then like 2 years ago, I got like the turkey gobbler from Wawa.
That joint be banging.
No, it isn't.
I fucks with it.
No,
I fucks with a turkey gobbler.
The cranberry sauce is in like a ketchup bottle.
I think 2020 killed this shit out of Thanksgiving too, though.
Thanksgiving's been dying for years.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is pretty bad. My thing with Thanksgiving is, right, all right, I'm 37. I'll be 38 in March. I'm an old nigga. No, I'm 30. Hold on. How old am I?
What do you tell the young bitches?
How old are you?
What do I tell the young bitches? How old am I? 30.
All right, I was born in 83. What's this year? 2020. I'm 38. I'll be 39.
Yeah,
When
there
is
you go.
no, my birthday just passed.
Your birthday just passed. You just turned.
Y'all
30.
niggas not serious about not knowing how
No,
old
I
y'all
really
are
don't know.
right now.
I be forgetting just because of the odd numbers and shit.
Well, this nigga just ain't know his phone was in his hand, so I guess it makes sense.
It's real.
I'm 37.
Okay.
I'm 38 because I'm older than you.
Okay.
I'll be 39. So with that,
Were you
means,
really?
Yes.
Damn.
Niggas is old.
You old, boy.
Nigga, I'm 40.
Are you really?
I just turned 40 in October.
Damn, happy
nigga.
birthday,
Bro,
bro.
what kind of lotion you use?
Not that shit Kevin Garnett used.
Nigga
I mean,
look
not
23
Garnett,
years
fucking, what's the other nigga? They just roasted on Peasy Head.
Peasy head.
Fucking Easy Money Sniper.
Oh, Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had
Ash
the,
is
he
shit.
taking his Mamba mentality shit too serious. Nigga got reptile ankles. Nigga playing a lot of games.
Oh, shit.
My problem with Thanksgiving is that in the 37, soon to be 38 Thanksgivings that I had, we haven't introduced nothing new to the Thanksgiving pantheon other than fried turkey.
Well, the thing is it's funny. I had a joint on Instagram that was all over the place. People kept reposting it because I personally think that Thanksgiving is not the time to try anything new. Like,
I want some truffle. Man.
no, I don't.
I want the
I
truffle.
want
man.
elbow macaroni and the orange cheese. Don't put no blue cheese crumbles. Don't put no fucking celery. No, all that goofy shit that people attempt to do. Like potato salad.
See, you only know that because you a Thanksgiving refugee, nigga. You bouncing around all these places with all this different stuff, nigga. If you stay in one place,
No, people get freaky in this weird little
yeah, they putting like the Doritos on turkeys and shit.
stupid
They
shit.
doing the flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah, shit
mac
like
and cheese.
Like I like
That would irk me.
I like mac and cheese old school. I personally like the drier mac and cheese. That soupy mac and cheese.
No,
Oh
no, no,
yeah, I don't want the
good
soupy
on.
either.
I want the
I
mac
need
and
the
cheese where
hard
you gotta
top.
like scrape it out
Yeah,
the casserole
I need a little burnt
dish.
cheese.
Yeah, that shit. That mac and cheese where they do it where it's like, it'd be like fucking lobster claws sticking out of like, I don't want none
Like,
of
is that
this
the
shit.
chef?
Is that an actual lobster?
Niggas love lobster mac and cheese.
No, I seen a
Crab
joke.
mac and cheese.
I went to a house one
Niggas
time
love
where
that.
they brought the lobster out. They brought the mac and cheese out, and she pulled the foil back. I swear to God, the lobster was laying on top of the. I was like, yo,
So it's lobster mac.
yeah. No, it was like lobster meat in it, but she had put like the shell
On top of
like
it?
it's like a.
So you
this,
signify
Yeah.
that this
She
is
put a garnish on the mac and
Yeah.
cheese, a lobster garnish.
What was the lobster name in the cartoon?
Fucking yeah, Sebastian.
Sebastian laying on the mother.
Sebastian Mac.
I'm cool, yo.
this show is off to a fucking roaring start.
I like my food traditional.
Yeah,
The
no,
chicken, I just want it fried.
I want some different shit. I want a motherfucking. I want a butterfly. I want a bone-in fillet. I want some fly shit. I want the.
I'm more on chest.
The shit that the fly shit we go around paying top dollar
Yeah.
for. I want that on Thanksgiving, at least as an option.
Sweet potatoes
if it's good though, the shit you talking about with the whole Sebastian on the Mac, that's different.
Like even when it
Good
comes to
food.
like the potato salad, that to me should just be yellow with the red dust.
I don't fuck with potato salad
Like,
anyway.
Yeah, I don't eat potato salad.
Are y'all serious?
I
I
don't
love
eat
potato
I
salad.
ate potato salad. One time I had this girl that I dealt with some years ago. She was Puerto Rican. Her dad is Puerto Rican gentleman, and I want to be friends with him because this nigga made the best potato salad I ever
was
had
bar
in my
none.
life. This shit was bar none, and I don't even eat potato salad. And I'm looking at it like that looked like some tasty potato salad. And sure enough, that shit
Get a
hit.
This
scoop.
one girl,
that shit too close to coleslaw
This
for
one
me.
girl I used to date, she was like, "You want to come over for Thanksgiving?" So I was like, "Oh, I'll stop past whatever." And it was, I don't know whose house they were at technically or whatever, but I don't know if it was her.
That refugee shit.
I don't know if it was her grandma
Either that or the yams was amazing.
or the great.
I'll go
aunt.
anywhere.
I don't know if it was the grandma, the great one of them. She was on a hospital bed in the dining room,
in the
and I just was like, I couldn't even focus. Like everybody's eating, and I'm just like,
She's just laying
and
in
you know the machine be like, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, yo, this is so uncomfortable.
home health care mac and cheese. This nigga got all the mac and cheese flavors you never heard of.
No.
Real quick, I got a hospital bed story. So some years ago, I'm doing stuff I ain't had no business doing. My cousin is a particularly bad influence, and he had this one crib they used to keep all of his bad influence items at or whatever. So it was like we had to go to so and so street. Everybody knows, like just like it's a gym, but I'm not gonna say the name of the street. But say you got to go to Gym Street to get so and so. So he like, yo, meet me at Gym Street to get so and so. So I meet him over there. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait outside. He like, no, you look crazy sitting outside on Gym Street. Come inside. Right. So I come in the crib or whatever. He like, yo, I gotta go in the basement to get what I need to get. Stand right here. So I'm standing in the vestibule. I'm having an AR ad moment where I'm like, yo, it's fucking filthy here. Like, as soon as I walked in, I'm like, yo, it's fucking filthy here. And it's a hospital bed sitting right there in the like living room / dining room, like by the steps. So the steps is here, the hospital bed is right next to it. And one of the people that lived there that came to let him in is like, oh, hey, how you doing? Who you? I'm like, oh, I'm so-and-so cousin, whatever. He downstairs. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You want some wine? And I'm like sitting here in this filthy ass roach infested crib, phone books everywhere, hospital bed in the living room. And I don't want to turn the wine down because like I look like an asshole, so I'm like, yeah, I take some wine, red or white. Yeah, that's so now I'm sitting in this dirty ass crib. But they gave me a real wine glass. Yeah. So I'm sitting in this dirty ass crib, drinking fucking wine in the living room. And he like, what the? He come upstairs like, what the fuck is you drinking? Oh, you gave me some wine. It's like, oh, you tripping? I don't drink bottled water out of this crib. Crazy.
I remember going to the chick crib, the same chick, and. In fact, one of her crib is her aunt crib. You know how you walk into somebody's crib and they cooking, and they be like, I'm cooking, you want a plate? Mm-hmm. So naturally, when somebody say that, you come in, you know, yo, you want a plate of food? It's like, in my mind, okay, you frying chicken and making mashed potato strips, something
regular.
And I guess they just, we didn't have a conversation, but I don't eat pig feet. And she brought the plate out, and it was
with some trotters.
It was pig feet. And I was like, you know, a foot is like
it's a foot.
Like it's a foot. And I was like, oh, she was like, oh, you don't eat pig feet? Oh, you one of them niggas? And I'm like, yes, I am.
I'm definitely one of them niggas.
Them niggas is
whatever them niggas is.
All of them.
I am one of them niggas.
I eat fucking alligator before I eat pig's feet.
But I said that shit today. Like the mac and cheese is. I don't want no pork belly, no celery, none of that crazy shit. Just mac and cheese.
I just want some.
Now that I agree.
I just want some elements of fine dining.
Like honestly, the thing with Thanksgiving is it's not supposed to be fine dining. Like you know,
it's
the
supposed
Indians
to be the shit they ate.
The Pilgrims.
The problem is I've had garlic butter before and it's delicious and I can't go back.
My thing
not even for one day.
Like yams, sweet potatoes. Just put the sweet potatoes in a pan and put marshmallows on top. And bake it.
See, but I think there's a happy medium between what the two of you young gentlemen are talking about.
I don't want it to completely change. I just want some elements.
Your staple should remain, except the turkey. Let's get rid of the fucking turkey.
Let's
do some prime rib. Let's do some steak. Let's do some good shit on. Even if it's just fried chicken, I'm cool with that. But I think there's a marriage. I do eat pork.
Honey baked ham used to have.
That's the shit.
Oh my god, my mom used to see
the nigga Norriton.
Yeah, they used to have them on Springfield. You know, we like old women and shit. My mom, my mom.
Y'all got we got one.
My mom used to go to the joint up Baltimore Pike, and she used to get the joints from up there, and it was like, yo, the honey baked ham used to slap. So you have like
that shit different.
The ham, some fried chicken, because the turkey shit just was like
fuck turkey.
Like I'm not trying to be funny. They give them to people for free. That's how you know.
And here's the thing: turkeys was $75 this year.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, y'all niggas got a hefty giveaway turkey bill this year.
Yeah. Honestly, that's something you want to talk about. Things that need to stop with Thanksgiving. The giving away of turkeys is
to homeless people.
To homeless people.
Can I take this one? Because I just posted this today.
Take lead on this one, King.
Niggas been giving out turkeys ever since New Jack City came out.
Yeah.
And niggas have not realized that you're giving away a burden. like with a turkey, you're giving away a burden.
It's a 14-hour hassle.
It's a frozen piece of rock It's biggest shit to carry. If I'm so poor I don't have a turkey, I probably don't have the means to cook it or put the accoutrements around. Where the fuck am I gonna get the Sebastian for the top of my mac and cheese if I can't afford a turkey?
Now I need the needle.
Nigga, I need a lot of shit to go with a turkey.
The baster, you
Right?
need all this shit.
And then you a nigga, so you probably giving me a frozen turkey the day before Thanksgiving. That shit take a day to thaw out. Like, what are we talking about? Can we put that to bed? I need a tractor trailer to give them to the whole hood.
You gave me a
Can we just do
30-pound frozen bird.
burden? Is what you gave me. Can we just do a Dodge Caravan full of fucking gift cards or something?
Real shit. Give me
put that turkey shit.
I'd rather have a $20 gift card than
Let's get the turkey the fuck out.
I honestly turkey. Like. I don't even like turkey. Like
nobody likes turkey unless it's on a fucking turkey hoagie.
But yeah, turkey like sliced turkey. And the crazy part is like you can make 9,000 hoagies with the if you was to slice up a whole turkey. Like you'd be better off just giving me
we doing it wrong.
A $5 joint from Costco. Or
smoked turkey wings,
like a chicken,
or a fucking turkey hoagie.
Now smoked turkey wings.
And other than that, turkey necks and the greens maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do away with the turkey.
That's another one that kind of needs to go.
The turkey neck and the greens?
No. Niggas have started putting turkey bacon in the greens.
Oh, no, yeah, they draw.
To supplement their not wanting ham hock in the I don't understand when that became a thing.
They draw.
But I go to places and they be like, yeah, you get some greens and it's a big ass leather belt of turkey bacon in the greens. And it's like, yo, who started this? Why is this a
leather belt?
Dog, it'd be like a little, remember them little bracelets your sisters had that used to be like, that's how the turkey.
Put that bitch on you, eat it now. This one good.
Dog, I hate the way niggas do greens. Shit. Like that whole no pork thing, I get it for religious reasons, but it's like, I gotta have some ham hock in there. I like
you
that
can't
shit.
Get bacon away from me.
Yeah, I got fucks with bacon.
You got to dress bacon up like it's crack cocaine to get it away from me.
Yeah, and even still, it's like
got any more than bacon?
Bacon baked shit slap. But no, Thanksgiving now at this point, like I said, is my thing is, and I told my papa, I was like, hey, you know, everybody coming over the house, you know, whatever. I'm like, look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I've seen y'all.
It's like, do I have to?
Like I've seen.
Where I'm at with it is like, do I have to?
Like where I'm at with it is.
What are the repercussions of me not showing up?
I know y'all already.
Ain't none.
You know what I'm saying?
Still family.
He trying to entice me, yo. You know you got packages over here.
I'll get them Jones on Saturday.
I get them Jones this weekend, away. Like, yo, listen. Like my joint, that's my joint. Like I know y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I know y'all already. So it's like I know what to expect. I know who gonna be tripping. I know who gonna be drinking. I've been it. And my whole thing is like my job is triple time. So I would much rather just do that.
And you said too, you in a different situation because you don't got your mom no more. I think a lot of the Thanksgiving religions, or not religions, rituals are kind of dying off, as like we just talked about. We all around 40, like. So the older people that was kind of keeping the families together ain't around no more.
What they call it, the matriarchs and the patriarchs.
Matriarchs and patriarchs.
That shit is just like, you know, Big Mama is a thing of the past. Like Big Mama really don't leave the house, and she looks forward. This is like her time to shine. She been in the market since Monday. Right. Like this is go time. Right. So it's like, as Big Mama now, you figure we was just looking at some Big Mamas. Big Mama's
they
27. Big Mama's 27.
They got shit to do.
And just got her ass done. So
daughter 21. The daughter 21. Big like, Mama 38.
Right. Somebody on Twitter was like, BBLs is destroying the black community.
Oh my God.
Because my aunt that do all the cooking just got her ass done, so she recovered. I'm like, dog.
And Auntie 35.
Real shit.
Like,
so
it's different now.
As Big Mama get younger and you know, DJ Boo had a party. It's like I ain't got time to cook for this Thanksgiving shit. I got
Little Meech gonna be here.
I got to get out here.
Got to shoot my motherfucking shot. I'm playing a lot of games.
Trying to come up.
Seriously. So it's like the Thanksgiving that we knew it as like back. Like I remember, like again, my mom waking up Thanksgiving morning because the turkey was on yesterday. The turkey started Tuesday evening. Right. Exactly. Like, it ain't even done. It's Thursday morning. The turkey has like been cooking for the last day and a half.
I saw a meme that said turkey tastes like it ain't drink water when it was alive.
Social media.
Fuck turkey.
Dog, the memes be fucking great.
My favorite Thanksgiving meme this year, all the girls was posting, if the mac and cheese don't sound like me Thursday, I ain't eating it.
Okay, that's the young grandma I'm talking.
Right on.
That's
yeah,
what that
exactly.
is.
Right. That's what it is.
That's Big Mama being
So it's like
younger than 40.
As we lose that old school element of it, you know what I mean? Like I can remember like us having to like hold hands and go around the room and say what we thankful for.
Listen, I absolutely hate that shit. Listen, we do a podcast. We talk to thousands of people. We was just in New York. We about to go to LA, do some shit. Nothing gives me more anxiety than having to pull some convoluted ass reason out of the sky about what I'm thinking.
Listen, I keep the beam with you. I tell you,
I'm thinking for my young bitch.
I got suspended. I got put on punishment in the middle of a Thanksgiving joint because
Sound like some mad
Keeping
shit.
it too real.
Keeping
it real goes wrong.
We was going around the room with the say what you thankful for, and it got to me. I was the last one. And it was like, Matt, you can finish up. Tell us what you thankful for, and I'm like, that this shit is over. Mom's like, I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, out there. I was 10 minutes late to my flight.
Oh,
fucking
man.
around. But
10
it's
minutes
just,
late.
yo, I'm pacing in the room, walking back and forth. Like, man, I gotta get down there. Like, dog. But it's just like, yeah, I don't have the same. Christmas is a little different because it's like, you know, I got shit to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for that. But it's like Thanksgiving just at this point is like
let's chalk Thanksgiving. I'm going to the Virgin Islands or Aspen or somewhere of a destination.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck
That's
with
a
you.
good
And
John too.
And
I might have to induct that new tradition.
I'm gonna go here with it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
it's hard to travel. It's like one of the worst traveling.
It's worse traveling, Jones.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. And I'm going here. Y'all really can't cook. Like with that. That's the truth. Like these young girls really don't like. You reading instructions for the Thanksgiving?
TikTok,
This is
You
going.
ain't got no recipe.
Yeah, you got a TikTok.
You ain't got nothing in that hard drive.
That's how Cheetos and Sebastian get in the fucking Mac.
You got a 5 terabyte hard drive with nothing on it.
Like old heads, they knew how to cook, and then you know it's different when you cooking for groups. Like making a small pan of something versus, you know, battle, small room versus large room. Like it's people that really don't know how to cook for 25 people to be touching at one time. So it's like I've tasted food over the last couple years from certain people where it just be like, yo.
And the pan tastes different to everybody in the room too. Yeah. It's a lot of salt in this corner. Over here.
You talk about being a Thanksgiving nomad. You ever go to that crib where everybody got diabetes and hypertension and the food don't taste like nothing?
Oh man,
That'll
I gotta
kill your thing.
I tell you, I went to a vegan joint.
Oh, you were bugging,
nigga.
Well, I didn't go, but I tasted a vegan plate.
Everybody in the crib.
Yeah, like
I
Jocelyn.
know y'all show super popping, but I hope they not listening because this a true story. They gonna know who I'm talking about. I used to deal with a chick who brother was in a league in the NFL. I shouldn't have said the right league because then they might not have known. One of the leagues.
Should have said the NHL.
Anyway, so
bleep out the
nigga,
bleep out the league.
My family is like going through the whole who going where on Thanksgiving, and different shit was happening. My sister was in college, my other brother was out New York, whatever. So niggas just wasn't in their right spots. So shorty like, come to my family, we do it big, we do this, that. Nigga, I get to the family crib. These niggas got, I'm talking about this whole table in here, platter after platter after platter. I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, damn, it's great, go down, right? This nigga in the league getting money, it's about to be crazy. Yeah. But the mom had cooked everything, like the mom, aunt, little sister helping and everything like that. But you know, you smell food, it's different, you taste it. So I'm in the motherfucker, playing the little games and shit going like that, gearing up about to eat. My nigga, when I tell you, out of like 20 different platters of food, none of this shit was good.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Like none of this
That's
shit.
Terrible.
Like none of this shit was like, yo, let me get some more of that. Like the shit was like, I really gotta fight through this plate.
Suffer through this.
And hope Wendy's is open later with this shit. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like
people just be doing like I'm not trying to be funny. Like stuffing is very simple. It's just a very simple.
You ain't gotta do a lot.
You can honestly use stovetop, nigga. That shit slap. Yeah. You don't have to get like. I'll be honest with you, and maybe this is just me. I don't know the house I grew up in. I don't want the stuffing actually stuffed in. I don't want it stuffed.
Because now it's soggy. You don't want that.
It's
peppers and onions. That's all your stuffing need, man.
The anus self lubricates. Why is the stuffing in there? Like, get it out of there. Like, put that shit in its own pan. Like,
it makes its own juice.
You do not
I
gotta.
don't want stuff in juice.
No, it's very simple with these foods, and that's the part where, like, for me, like the old school people, they would cook mac and cheese, jams, stuffing. What's another big one? Collard greens. All that shit is simple. So it's like when you got these new people who come along now, and it's like, Doc, do you know what I saw today on Facebook? Somebody made a sweet potato red velvet pie. I was like, I don't even understand you,
Like
nigga.
4 different elements.
It was it was crust of a pie, sweet potato on top, but then when they cut into it, it was red velvet in the middle.
Oh, nah. I'll
was
fight
like,
everybody in.
I will kill somebody. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just
Imagine biting into that and you didn't know. Oh
Dog.
shit, sweet potato, yes, let's go. And you got chocolate in your fucking mouth and white cream. Like, who the fuck put all this shit together?
dog. So I remember one year my dad bought a pumpkin pie by accident.
Thought it was sweet potato. No,
Maybe
this
it was
the
my
shit.
uncle.
When motherfuckers can't, it's the toughest thing in the world to tell a motherfucker they food nasty. You can't tell somebody that to their face.
They've been eating it their whole life.
Yeah.
Like, they will
Like,
fight.
I'm surviving off of this shit.
Yeah.
They
Like,
will fight that they shit is delicious. Like, niggas will really, like, they take it personal. You can't tell a nigga, like, no, this stuffing ain't it. You probably had it in the anus.
Yeah.
Like, no, you crazy, nigga? I've been making this shit for 15 years.
Like,
This
you can
ain't
look
it.
at, you can honestly peel back the foil on shit and look and just, you know what good mac and cheese look like. You know it. You can see it. String beans. If the string bean, you know when they got that sogginess to them with the little, I don't know what you call them.
like brine a little bit.
Yeah,
got
but
a
you
film
know
on
that you ever see them string beans where it looked like I'm trying to think what you would compare it to, like twist ties.
Twist.
You know, you in the
Like they so dried out.
You
nigga.
in the Acme and you put your vegetables
know
in that
what
little
you talking
plastic
about.
bag, and then it's all them little
They
green
thin as shit
ties.
and-
Yeah,
and dried out.
It just you
extra
can,
light green.
yeah. Overall, like, not trying to be funny, like
Hashtag defund Thanksgiving.
yeah, like 1 to 10, I'm on a 1 of Thanksgiving. I don't need it ever again in my life. Like, even when I have kids, it's like I didn't want y'all. So y'all here, but you know, wherever
Might as well
y'all
eat.
wherever y'all gotta go.
You might as well name them niggas Thanksgiving.
Can you find anyone that'll take you?
Yeah, real
Take you
shit.
somewhere for this wretched holiday.
Well, we 30 minutes in already, and we haven't covered shit. But
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's introduce y'all to our guest. By now, I'm pretty sure y'all picked up on the voice. He's a voice and name recognizable gentleman. He's a jack of all trades. He's a writer, director, producer, actor, and an editor. He's someone I've known and done business with for over 10 years. We go back to Social Scenes Party Recap days. Yes, he pioneered that. He's an award-winning editor and director. I don't know if it was 2 times or 3 times. We're going to go through it. But he won at the LA Web Fest Best Web Series Editing, one for Best Web Series Trailer, and one for Best Web Talk. So that's 3.
Yes, 3 individual joints, but 2 different years.
2 different years, 3 individual joints. He's also won the Best Web Series in Miami Film Festival and the Korean Film Festival. That's a joke.
I did, but I just don't know how I got in
Did
it.
you get your award?
I did.
But you won a Korean Film Festival award?
For American shit, yeah.
Who entered you?
I think my producer entered it
Okay.
in like a bunch of Jones, and that Joan came back as a winner. Man, I'll take it.
Hey man, he's all about winning. As of now, he's the owner of Focus Studios, a full-service production studio, and My New Philly, a web-based news and entertainment platform with a crazy following and impact that I've also appeared on. I got a lot of love from y'all audience. They was fucking with me. Cat was like, "Oh, they like him." He was like, "Yeah, I've done this a time or 2." Let's give it up for one of the power players making things happen behind the scenes in Philly and beyond, Mr. Kyrie Terrell.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got me laughing till I'm crying already. Got me coughing up.
Long time coming, man. Like I said, we go back over 10 to the the Social Scenes Party Recap days,
Right.
and them Jones travel. They went, we did a lot of different cool stuff with that. We had the Emily B situation.
Yeah.
We did that. It was a whole weekend. We did a party with Emily B. Then we did the pop-up shop. We did the recap for everything. So definitely one of the pioneers of the social media marketing and being able to help people brand and create some some talk and add that special accoutrement to whatever that they was
Whatever
doing,
they had going
whatever
on,
they
that's
had
right.
going on. And you stood the test of time. A true entrepreneur. Somebody I got a lot of respect for, man. We appreciate you joining us today.
I appreciate y'all having me, man, and wonderful introduction, man. We definitely go back a long way, man. Just thinking about all of the events and parties you've been some type of a part of.
He trying to Jew you down on the number. I'm like, come on, man. Can you do 375?
I just realized y'all both got a cool ass water bottle.
Yeah,
And I
water.
did-
It was only
Water's the
2,
shit.
so I made one. I brought one for the guests.
Yeah, good looking.
I love
out.
you too, man.
You know what I'm saying? He brought you lotion though, so you ain't,
Well,
You ain't
you know, that sounds kind of wild. What it was telling people I washed my hands and I wanted some lotion.
Did you find a bathroom?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The thing is, bathrooms are always where a pool or a gym is at.
Got it.
So I knew I was in the right area.
Yeah,
Just
we in a secret location. I
Useless
can't say
tips
where
you
we
need to
at.
know.
Right.
But I've been to the secret location several times, and I have no idea where the main bathroom is.
oh no, I found it pretty easy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Chad knows now.
I be telling
Matt knows
people,
now,
I be
so.
like, yeah, no, we can't do nothing downstairs because they don't have no bathroom, and y'all can't use mine.
Okay. I found it pretty handily.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a long time coming. You should have been up here.
Yeah, for sure.
For real.
Should have been here at least in
It's
the
your
first
fault,
100
man.
episodes.
It's your fault. Nut ass niggas.
We are nut ass
Damn,
niggas.
man.
No,
Yes.
don't get it fucked up.
How you ain't going? Damn,
You know,
man.
you actually gave me my first interview, so you can
Did I?
always say that. The whole joint on my new Philly.
That was your first interview?
Yeah, me use IKEA. Remember?
Oh, well, I ain't know. Well, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man, don't be talking to people.
IKEA had them things thinging. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Whole nother
That
thing.
whole nother- that thing is a whole nother thing. Yeah.
Whatever thing.
Yeah, but like you can always say, like, if something happens and some crazy shit, like I gave him his first interview.
Don't say less, man. Y'all niggas better work hard.
Well,
get this
we
shit
are.
off the ground.
We're trying.
Get this shit into the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Just so I could fucking say that. You know what I'm saying? If
Please
nothing else.
The
Nothing else.
American dream is seeing your friends be successful and then monetizing their story for
Yeah,
your own
right.
personal gain. That's the American dream.
Chad and Matt just signed a deal for $8 billion. Elon Musk signs his first podcast. I interviewed that nigga first.
Yeah, real shit. That's exactly
Next
how
thing
it
you know,
goes.
you talking to TMZ. That's how shit works.
Yeah.
Success by association.
I don't want to
Right.
say nothing, but Matt he had crystal meth in his pocket when he was at the goddamn studio.
I seen the pipe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big lies.
I don't know if he was dealing or doing it, but he
Recut
had
his
it.
whole interview. Just throw B-roll over him saying the wildest shit.
Okay, real quick, you just made me think about it. We got to do this on air. Can you explain what B-roll is? Because
Okay.
I have the toughest time understanding this. I know you know.
No, I know.
It's
I'm
easy
gonna let
one.
the expert.
It's an easy one. So whenever you're filming something has to be your A-roll,
Okay.
right? Which is not really a term, but that's what I'm filming and the reason I'm filming it.
Okay.
Your B-roll just supports that story. So I filmed something else that supports that story. So a perfect example would be you mentioned we got water and I said you got lotion, right? So we filming this. If somebody else would do a close-up on the water bottle and a close-up on your lotion, and then that enters the final product, that's B-roll, right? The A-roll, if you will, is the whole segment. But those little cutaways that help push the story forward is B-roll.
Okay.
Feel me?
No.
No?
But, you know.
I'm like, he's not gathering none of this.
So you watch film, you watch movies, you
Yes.
watch TV,
I like
right?
a lot of it.
Secondary shots.
Yeah, it's the shit that goes in to help further the story. It's not about, like, if I shot a scene of a conversation,
Right.
you and I, that's it. You'd get it,
Right.
But if I show you the shit I'm talking about, it furthers my story. So
Okay.
even if that's, the bitch called me and they show a shot of the phone with the number in your phone, that's B-roll.
Oh, okay.
Cutaways.
Yeah.
I thought B-roll was like extra footage.
Well, it's that too. It's that too.
So it's another meaning.
It's you're
The
not going
meaning
to
is
use
fluid.
all the B-roll you shoot, but you
Okay.
shoot B-roll to.
It's better to
hide
have
cuts
it and
to
not
have
need it than need it and not have it.
Now, see, at one point I thought B-roll was like how Dan's filming, but like some other shit happened in the background.
Nah, it
No.
ain't.
Okay.
No, because what he's shooting is the primary shot. Whatever happens in the background or the foreground or whatever, that just happens to be happening.
Okay.
But there's not like a term.
So B-roll is basically it's a whole nother camera.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not necessarily another
Well, it could be you
camera.
can shoot
It's
it with the
another
same
shot.
camera. It's another shot. So basically, like, all right, so you know, like how now in these movies everybody does the drone shots, like the
Right.
obligatory. That's B-roll.
That's
typically.
B-roll.
because there's no talking to it. It's really not no narrate. Sometimes it's narration over it, but usually it's just like, we Chicago, drone shot,
Right.
shit like that. Or you in New York, Brooklyn Bridge, like.
Or here's a good example. You just said I gave you your first interview, right? So now if I was going to do that one day and I was going to be like, yeah, I gave the nigga his first interview on somebody else's show, I'm going to pull those clips from you being on my shit, and they going to show that while I'm saying I did it, and that's B-roll.
Oh.
Feel me? But at that time, it was A-roll. But now since we putting it in a documentary or something, it's the B-roll.
Okay.
It supports the main story.
Mm-hmm.
So B-roll would be... Let me try to figure
Get it together now.
Did you watch The Dark Knight Rises with Bane?
I did.
So when she locked Batman on the thing and Bane and Batman started fighting, they're fighting, and then the camera cut away and saw her like with the worried face. Is that B-roll?
No.
Okay, so I still don't know.
That's a cutaway, but you said what it was inside what you said. B-roll just supports
All right.
just supports your A-roll. That's it. Like, you could tell any story from just putting the camera down and just let me show you the whole story this way.
Okay.
But B-roll supports it. So even if, like, say Batman's going to swing from a tower later on in the film, they're going to show you a shot of that device on his belt somehow. That's B-roll.
Okay.
Right? It's just a shot that supports what I'm already saying to you.
Like when Batman pulls out the thing and it comes out, they zoom in on it.
They zoom in
and
on
then
that and they show you.
All
Yeah.
right.
So when they first shoot that scene, they just shoot the whole thing wide. And then they punch in for mids, they punch in for tights, and then they'll do what's called specials. All of those to follow are B-roll. But I need that wide shot to be able to put the story together. That makes sense?
A little bit.
We getting there.
I'm gonna go home and sit with it, and
B-roll I've ever had in my life.
Notes. I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and sit with it, and we'll figure it all
Gonna
out.
come back tomorrow like, so C-roll would be.
Exactly. C-roll, real shit.
And be like,
But
I don't know.
I always
I don't
question
know,
like
man.
the B-roll thing because I always hear people say it and this, that, and the third. I've heard it in rap lines. I'm just like, what the fuck is B-roll? No.
It's always it's a good point that you make though. I think in every profession there's something that is simple to the folks in that profession that mind boggles the shit out of other people.
Yeah, we were just talking. We were having that conversation yesterday. Me, him, and lawyer Kev. We were just talking about how some people like certain tricks of the trade or little different terms and stuff like that are like I guess colloquialisms or whatever like that. Jargon. People like the people that are in the know kind of like take for granted that almost like if another party was to come in and be part to that conversation that they would know.
Yeah, you're speaking hieroglyphics at that point.
But they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like we take certain things, so it's like almost like talking to a street nigga and you trying to explain the importance of email. And they like, nigga, what the fuck is email?
Right.
Like, but it's something that we all as business people use every day. We take for granted. But he's just like, nigga, what the, like it's like the day what the fuck is juice?
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck is email, nigga?
It's like if I started talking about shit on the bus, neither of y'all would know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Facts.
That makes total sense. I get that. You know
It's
what
like
I'm saying?
industry specific.
No, I'm just saying, like, I say that because shit like that fascinates me. So, like, I was just having a conversation with somebody, this guy I interviewed. I'm working with one of the chambers, and we just interviewing different business owners. So the dude was like, he had to read this script, and he could tell he was like a little like off with it.
Yeah.
But his explanation was, English is my fifth language. And I was like, I envy people like him as a writer, because one thing that's true, if you've traveled even a little bit, every culture and every language has ways to explain things that everybody goes through, but we never would have thought to explain it that way. And anytime someone says one of those things around me, or I pick up a little term in another language and the meaning will be like a whole sentence or something, and it might just be like, the rain was heavier than it was yesterday or some shit like that. Yeah. But they got a word for it. And you like, damn, like that word explains that in their language and shit. And,
right.
and it'd be so poetic. But if you don't know all of those languages, and obviously you can never do a movie and like it be in like 18 different languages.
Right.
But just as a writer, when you lay a bar down that you really think gonna hit, it makes me question like, would a Spanish nigga get it the same way? Right. So it's kind of the same thing we talking about. Like when you bring up the street nigga with the email, it's just like communication is this thing that like becomes super powerful when you can nail it.
Absolutely.
Right? When you can say a bar and the masses, like that's what make a nigga like Hove so great. Like the masses understand. You know
Connects.
what I mean?
Yeah, I talk to people all the time just about the importance of like language. I love language.
I do too.
Period.
Yep.
And like the importance of like using the right words and explaining yourself like in an effort to explain yourself clearly to where there you remove the ambiguity. Because people will say some shit that's completely wrong and expect you to decipher what they meant as opposed to just using the right words. And they think
that makes them smart. Like,
and it doesn't.
Stupid people will get you into an argument about that, and I've learned to disarm that way. Like, my thing is speak up, speak out, speak clearly, be complete and concise about what you mean, and then I'll look at you like you got 3 heads, motherfucker. Like, I said I don't want no turkey on Thanksgiving. Don't try to give it all these different recipes and bring it to me. No, I already said I don't want. Why are we still even having this conversation? You know what I mean?
I wasn't crazy about literature. Like when my mom's a math teacher, so math was my shit. Like I love math. Like that's just always been my shit. But like I remember when I was I was like 10th, 11th grade, I was in the drama club chasing after this, little thing. I was in the drama club. So I was in a play, and I remember like us like with the script, like for the play, and like everybody's like trying to learn their lines, and I just wouldn't look at them, and I just like I'm just gonna freestyle it, and they was like, but you freestyling it, you don't know when I'm supposed to talk. I'm good with it. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I actually did it. Like I'm one of them people. Like I'm better off the cuff. I'm better with just. Even when I did the stand-up shit, I didn't write anything down. And Clint was like, just like, yo, like, why are you not writing? And I'm just like, I ain't no writer, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, you gotta write though, like writer, like, comedians write. And I'm like
you gotta write.
Niggas write. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta write, motherfucker.
I'm like, Lil Wayne don't write, nigga. Well, Hov don't, like, I don't write. Like, what the fuck you want from me? And it's just, that was always me. So I like, when I think when we young, we all want to be like the same 8 things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basketball, and you realize you're fat and you're not tall.
You're like, all right, so that's not.
That's out. I'm down to 7. Then you like, I want to be a trapper, but then you see somebody get smoked, and you like, I don't do that. All right, so we down to 6. Then you see your uncle that work at the trash company, his hands is all beat to shit. You like, all right, that's out of there. Like, and you like, I wanted to be an actor, but like. Not even having to read scripts. That shit is crazy.
That's a part of it.
Y'all niggas gotta practice.
They definitely gotta read scripts and know what B-roll is.
The script be like that fucking big. I'm like, dog, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. Like, and then I guess with certain people, you get certain leeway. Like, look at Martin. You know damn well Martin didn't have a script. No. For that shit on
there. He had an outline.
Yeah, an outline.
Here's what happens, right? You have to, because we went through this with Bay versus Bay. I know I got a lot of Bay shit going on right now, but shout out to Ronnie Graham, my co-star on that.
Definitely shout out to Ronnie.
Yeah, shout out to Ronnie. I admire Ronnie.
Turning that into a sitcom was a thing. So like we got Skeet Carter on that show. We got Slap on that show. We got my man Walter DeShields, Dyra Guerra, and Meek Mills, the bartender Meek. Not the other Meek Mills, but
there's another Meek Mills,
not the multi-platinum recording star.
Not the multi-platinum recording. It's a woman, Meek from Meek. Yeah, she Meek. But anyway,
I'm about to change my name to Hove. See how that works for me. The other Hove.
But I say it to say we had a group of very talented actors on the sitcom, and I brought to Ronnie the idea of us freestyling, kind of like just outline and like what needs to happen in the scene and us go. But the problem then becomes like you don't have any structure. And that's more so what a script is for. So a script will be written to have structure. The difference that I do anyway is I won't what I call color the lines if I know I have talented actors.
Right.
So I'll give you exactly what needs to be said or accomplished, but then we'll run it a couple of times and we'll be like, all right, now throw your sauce on that. Now that you know what we doing and where we going, now throw your sauce on that. But to put actors in a room and just be like, all right,
I'm coming with straight
a phone
sauce.
need to be missing, and you the one that find it. All right, go. Like shit's gonna be all over the place.
You just made me think about it. Like, put your sauce on. I'm like, I'm bringing the sauce. Tell me you seen the nigga who work at Best Buy explaining the difference between the juice and the sauce.
No.
Oh my God. It's this young nigga who work at Best Buy. And the girl is like, you said, he was like, something. Yeah, you know, you got the juice, but I'd rather have the sauce. And she was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, like having the juice is cool, but having the sauce is way better. And she's like, what do you mean? And he was like, think about juice. Juice is in your fridge, right? How long does juice last? A couple of days? Think about sauce. Sauce is forever. I'd rather have the sauce. It was the coldest breakdown I ever heard in my life. And he said it that
I'd rather have a sauce.
I'd rather have the sauce.
Oh,
Dog,
man.
I can't believe y'all never see that. I was dying when I saw that shit.
I'm learning that you are the meme and video
Yo.
king, though.
I have seen Gucci explaining how what the sauce is though. You ever seen that video?
I haven't seen
where
that.
Gucci
No.
man is explaining. He's like you gotta have the sauce, but you can also get lost in the sauce.
What's the difference?
This is some real shit.
My man breaking it down like he's a college professor at Yale for 20 years.
I can watch that video and I'm like, he fuck a lot of hoes. I know a manipulator when I
His
see one.
manipulation game on a beam. God damn, he's probably in there fucking salesman of the year in Best Buy.
Yeah, I'm coming with the sauce, man. The sauce is where it's at. But so you said you'll run it a couple of times to get like, all right, we're gonna see how y'all can play, how y'all can do this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
That probably would be tough to do a movie like that.
Well, it is when you ain't got no money, right? So you
'cause you gotta keep going back
time
and
is
forth.
money. On my sets right now, I ain't got the sauce yet. I got the juice on my sets, so I'm like, we got to get this done in a certain amount of time.
Can I ask you a question? Because we've joked. Shout out to Kurt. Kurt got a movie coming out.
Yeah,
too.
Kurt, they movie came out tonight.
Oh, it did. Listen,
A
okay.
holiday
Shout out to
change,
Kurt.
yeah.
But
Holiday
know
Change.
if I-
Watch it was on Netflix.
Oh, all right. I was
No.
about to make sure I'm allowed to say that. I don't know if y'all on us. Don't say that he ain't give us no check.
Oh no, that's famous. We can say it.
no.
Yeah, that's
I was
what's
just
on
in
Netflix,
LA
right?
with him. No, it's in
it's
theaters.
in
Oh, in
theaters.
theaters.
That's
Oh,
what I
in
saw. He had
theaters.
like a theater release. But we not joke, but went back. I told Kurt I really wanted to do a remake of Who's the Man? Dr. Dre and Ed Lover. I would be Dr. Dre's character. He'd be Ed Lover, lying and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be Dr. Dre, the funny, big nigga, whatever. And let me ask you, because I know you know, how much does it cost to do a movie?
So that answer is very, very broad,
The
right?
the worst low budget.
The worst Amazon Prime Detroit, Buffalo, New York movie.
I'll say it this way. Whatever you can afford to pay a worthwhile editor.
Okay.
I've
is
already
your
identified the
number.
editor.
So
We got Dan.
the saving money on a film doesn't come within well, it comes in a bunch of areas, so let me not be on here lying. But I'm a perfect example. This is my first feature film, but I've been studying film for 15 years.
Okay.
One of the reasons I've been studying film that long and took this long for my first project to come out is because I wanted to be able to encompass a bunch of different layers that cost a lot of money.
Okay.
Equipment is a lot of money. Yeah. I own all my own shit and professional shit. Yeah. Directing, understanding that knowledge, right? I'm a what we would call an outlier because you can't be a director and not have the talent to direct. Right? There's a lot of those people in the industry where they and I should say struggling to get in the industry because you think you can do it, but a film director is like the ultimate puppet master. And I'm not saying that like ride my own dick, but it's a point of people management that I see people fail at all the time. Yeah. It's people management times I got to be able to put together a puzzle that is complete with all of the shit we talking about, cameras, lighting, sound, budget. I got Chad for 2 days. I got Matt for 1 day. Those days not the same day, but I got to put them in a scene together. It's shit like that. Then you got to, if you the writer, you got to write the script. You got to do script breakdowns. It takes a lot more than people see. And for someone that does that professionally, that's one of your bigger bags, right? So now that goes into your budget for a film if it's not you able to do that. And it's not something like, it's one of those things like we just talked about. If I get on the bus with you, you know that fucking bus, right? But people would disrespect you and be like, I can drive the bus today or tomorrow. You can't, my nigga.
Right, yeah.
You just simply can't. And that's the same thing when it comes to
Shit is happening with podcasting.
Right.
That's a whole nother story.
The cinematography, which is basically how your film looks, the equipment that runs from A to Z that you're going to use on your film and how that ties in together. It's a lot of shit you got to tie in. So my thing was knowing that, let me learn all of those positions that cost big money, right? And then be able to perform them myself, not forever, but enough times to have my shit at a certain standard that people respect it. And I don't gotta pay all you niggas.
Exactly.
because I basically been in school for 15 years on purpose. Like knowing a day like this would come. I've been in that type of school. That was my own sacrifice. So now for me, like Workbay, the film that's in Venice Island, December the 3rd, that I need everybody to come check out, workbay.eventbrite.com. I spent out of my pocket $18,000, right? But once again, I encompass all of the big shit. If I had to hire people,
sweat equity is a whole nother.
If I had to hire people for those positions, we probably had a $200,000 movie.
Right.
But I did all of that, so it's just my time and my energy, and then I'm gonna be able to make that what I spent back easily, and then I'm gonna be able to reinvest into my next joint and keep growing independently that way. You know what I'm saying? So I spin it to me, but to answer y'all question. You need an editor who knows how to edit, and you need a cinematographer that knows how to shoot. And then you just need leverage. Y'all got the show. Y'all got good leverage. So if you find somebody that is like, you know, on the come up, but still like talented, like there's probably a cross promotion that can happen there. And then you just got to figure out like who's going to write the script. Right, script writing is not an easy thing either.
Oh no, it's not. I tried it.
I can write a script.
It's a type of thing that if you study, like not even bullshit, if you study for a couple days, 30 days, watch some videos, take another script and just look at that script.
Not trying to be funny and not like toot my own horn. I'm a storyteller. Like think about me just telling my dumbass stories. I just would have to write down.
I would agree with
the
you.
technical nature of writing a script.
No, that's where I would fall apart. But I would basically be like, listen, you gonna be the dickhead, and it's like, like
that piece of paper that you just talked about that's this thick, you would have to be so committed to it and interested in it that you would have to be able to put one of those on the table next to your laptop and just get a script writing software, because see that's where script writing has gotten easy is they got a software. So I use one called Final Draft. It's one of the more expensive ones. But you lay that there, and then Final Draft is going to do this work for you. You just got to be like, all right, in my movie, they don't pull up in a brown van. We pull up in a blue Escalade. Bop, 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 bop. And in my film, this ain't they name, this they name, and he don't say this, he say that. Boop, 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 bop, bop. So you just got to be willing to do that work. And you can do a script. It's literally mimicking it. Yeah. And the secret sauce, again, is the script. Because if you have a script and your script is good, that's how you get money behind your film. Because everybody will tell you, like all my big homies that's in the industry and stuff like that, when they in those meetings, everybody got ideas. Even niggas with names got ideas. And they in these meetings like, yeah, well, I got an idea for this. Niggas don't know if you just pulled that out your ass before you walked in here. You come in with a script, it changes the whole conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that's the secret sauce that you got to be able to do. You got to be able to put that script together from start to finish.
So what do you like more, writing, directing, producing, or acting?
Or editing?
It's definitely not editing.
I was going to say, editing wouldn't even seem like it would be one of the
I can tell you that. And it's not that I don't love it. So I don't want to say that.
It just seems like the most annoying out of the five.
Film editing is tedious. Yeah. I love it for the creation of it, like that process, but I want to do volume, so I don't have the time. Okay. Like if you listening right now, I am looking for a worthwhile editor. Like whatever your bag is that you need, I understand and respect it. Like Kyrie Terrell on Instagram. Hit me up. Because I want to do volume. I want to be able to write, direct, produce. I'll still be behind the camera sometimes, obviously act, but get that project off and go to the next one and know my edit is in good hands. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? Without spending something crazy, that's tough. But that's where I want to get. But to answer your question, I love having an idea and seeing it to completion. So me learning every aspect wasn't like a hard thing for me to get into because I love that. Even if it's a 3-minute joint where it's like, this was an idea I had and it came to life. Like me and my man Scat, got you cracking the F up on social. We did a joint like I had in my head forever called If I'm Lying, I'm Flying. And it was basically a nigga fucking his homie girl and he get caught and he come in the room and he like, yeah, I know Keisha in here. I'm like, man, I would never do that. You crazy. He's like, man, you lying. And I go, if I'm lying, I'm flying. And you see my feet lift off the ground. And I look all confused. And that nigga look. And then he shout out his girl name. And she like, I'm sorry, baby. In the back. And it was just like an idea that I had. But I just like seeing that shit come full circle. So I would say in order, acting would be primary because that's something I'll do outside of myself. Like, damn, I'm gonna be here too late to even submit. I'm supposed to submit for a role by 12 o'clock tonight. But that's something I'll do outside of me. But then the directing portion would probably be second because that's another thing that I know in the future I'll be hired for to do other people's shit. And then the writing is like the next tedious thing toward editing. But writing fights with those two because that's the most control you get. You know what I'm saying? If you're a director for somebody else's project, to your point earlier, you already getting that script and you reading that. If you're an actor, you just playing a character. Like actors really had the least power on set. Like you gotta really be like one of the big heavy hitters that like had power on set.
Right.
Otherwise, it's a director's world, it's a writer's world. Writers got way more power than people think.
Yeah.
They got way more power.
The writer's strike. Remember that shit? You know?
That shit shut down L.A.
Yeah, the Screen Actors Guild, motherfuckers, like all that, they don't fuck around.
And now they have a
look at. I'm not to cut you off, but look at Power. Like, look at how Power drastically changed when the writers.
And now they have there's a producers guild now. So now like I'm like a movie nerd. I'm watching the credits and you see like Dwayne Johnson, PGA, this person, PGA, because now there's
it's
a
always been
guild.
one. Yeah, it's
but
always
now
been
I
one.
guess it's like a thing to be like an accredited producer now, whatever. I guess you got to have a certain amount of credit, production credits.
It's a lot that you got to do to get in all of that type of stuff, and I hope that I'll be there one day just for the respect that comes with it. But I'm really on some indie shit, like this streaming markets and everything like that. Is if you can make quality content and you got a little bit of money to back it, you could cash out.
So 2 questions. First one is on a technical nerd level of movie production. What do you shoot with? And then the second question is going back to the streaming part of it. Explain that like indie movie hustle and how you can make money as a content creator in the film world.
For sure. So to answer your question, the first one, my movie making camera now is the Panasonic S1H. And that's a camera that came out probably almost 2 years ago now.
Okay.
And the reason I grabbed it was it's Netflix approved was the number one reason I grabbed it. And it's a small compact camera, heavy, still feels like, you know what I mean, you got something in your hand, but it's a beast. Like the specs on it is just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And what a lot of people don't understand when you're making film, it's not really about the camera. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, you know, the big boys ain't using, you know, big boy tools for a reason.
They're using Reds and Black Magic
Reds, Aries, all that type of stuff. But the lighting is what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? So I've invested probably close to $100,000 in lighting over the years. And it's really about how can I push my story forward with what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a good cinematographer will do is like, if I'm in a dark alley, it looks like I'm in a dark alley. There's not like these crazy bright lights that wouldn't be in a dark alley. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you just go to a dark alley?
Well, yeah, sometimes, you know, it depends if the mood is right. I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Nah, but I'm saying like it's different scenarios that you might be in film that we don't understand, right? So a good example is like, I'm gonna fuck your head up and take you deeper than B-roll, right? So there's something that's called like motivated lighting, right? So the way you look in my eye right now, if I would have just put a camera on you, it's not gonna look the same exact way. Right. So now what I have to do is I have to add lighting into this room somehow to give you the same look that I'm looking for, right? This light being here is what I'm going to use to motivate that lighting. So if I'm going to do a wide shot, I'm going to do away with everything because I can't show my lighting rigs and shit like that. I just could show this. But now when I punch into my tight, it's not going to look like this is hitting you. But I'm going to add a light over here. I'm going to add a light maybe up top. And now because my audience saw that wide shot and I punch in, you're going to look like this light is lighting you, but it's not.
Okay.
So like they do that often. Like it might be a candle or a lamp next to somebody in a scene or something. Yeah. We don't see that there's this bright ass yellow light over here that's really casting some texture around the side of their face. That's called motivated lighting. So that's like the number one reason most people's stuff look amateur. You know what I mean? So
they don't know how to light properly.
They don't know how to light properly. So back to your question, when people are asking about what camera, you're not going to grab the camera that Michael Bay's shooting with or anybody else and be like, oh, I'm the shit now. I'm in because I'm shooting with this. No, it's how you know how to motivate that lighting to make a space look like it's supposed to look in real life, but on film. You know what I'm saying? The second question you asked me was about streaming money. So Workbay will be moving to Tubi after this last showing, Tubi and Amazon Prime.
Last showing December 3rd.
December 3rd at Venice Island, workbay.eventbrite.com. Make sure y'all come.
Where's Venice Island at?
It's right off of Main Street, like that little block off of Main Street.
So it's not in Venice. Okay.
No. Cool. It's called Venice Island Performing Arts Center. And it's basically, if you've been, it's how it's got its name. If you've been to Venice in California, you know, they got the little boat pathway. Okay. So Venice Island is on Lock Street, which has a false river between Manayunk and itself. Right. So if you've ever been back there on Manayunk, there's like a little thin ass dirty river. That's their Venice. That's where they get that from. Okay. But that's the other useless shit you need to know. So yeah, we move into Amazon Prime and to Tubi. So the streaming revenue right now is, and I really mean right now, like if you're in the process of creating right now and your stuff will be done within the next couple of years, there's a bag out there. And the reason there's a bag out there is because the content, if you're Netflix right now, you own the content stratosphere. So if somebody comes out with something and it's super dope, like Netflix already has people, they like Google. The best engineers already over the world, Google's like, snatching them up. Netflix is the same way when it comes to content. So you can't go like win Cannes or win, Sundance or any of these big festivals and Netflix not be like, here's $100 million, give me that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the average content creator, you taking that 100 million, you know what I'm saying? But what Netflix is going to do is they're going to make money on your shit over time. So they might migrate people
to the platform,
and it might be worth $1 billion to them over time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna take that and they own your content outright. It ain't nothing else you can do with that content. Anything else that's tied to. And
do they do? I'm guessing they do different licensing periods and stuff.
Depending on who you are in the industry.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll just straight buy it and then you just done.
Yeah. So like. I'm talking about the creator that's not like, got 10 films that people seen everywhere and, you know what I mean, got big names and all of that. I'm talking about somebody that's really getting in the game right now. Got it. It's not to say you can't end up there. It's not to say that they're not looking for content. They're looking for content like any other platform. It's just different in how they give you the contract. So that way is just that slim pickings. That's what Matt was talking about. I was going to be the ball player. I was going to be your options is running thin with Netflix. Got it. You got to be like cream of the crop, top of the top. And then they still going to give you what I would call a bad contract. Unless your stuff goes on there and flops, which I'm sure they got the algorithm by now that they not buying nothing that they think people ain't going to watch. it's hard, right? But then you got the other ones that's you know what I mean, popping up. It's a bunch of them. It's a lot of them popping up. But the thing about a streaming platform does not work without new content every fucking week. Because all of us, we've been through our Netflix whole John.
I feel like I ended Netflix.
Exactly.
Like, I was on there the other night. I'm watching anything. I'm like, all right, let me get this Cowboy Bebop a shot. Like,
right. And that's the thing. So you got so many networks right now. And the good thing about the platform that we're going to, Tubi, is Tubi gave us a non-exclusive deal. So I can still get money other places with my film, right?
Yeah, that's lit.
Then the other thing is I'm doing like a revenue split. So all I need is for people to go there and watch it, because what Tubi does is different than Netflix. Is like, you know, you watch Netflix, you watch a whole movie. Netflix already got the subscriber joint. What Tubi got is it's free, but it's a commercial in there. So you're going to see a commercial for Red Bull. You're going to see a commercial for Road Mike, whatever it might be. And we've split that revenue.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to have good enough content for Tubi. And that bar is really low right now. But we know, like, you know, how music changed in the 2000s. It was like, oh, shit, it's a bag here? On a hot beat.
Right.
And niggas was getting money. So that type of rush, I know is coming. Right. But a lot of people just ain't up and educated on the game or have the connects to do it right now. So that's my right now plan. Right. My right now plan is, let me get 20 joints done in the next 5 years.
Push them out.
And they just going to whoever, and my shit gonna get better and better and better.
Yeah.
So they going to whoever they going to, and now by the time I'm 45, I'll have control.
And you have a content
You know what I'm
library.
saying? I'll have a library, I'll have control. And if your shit like cult following type of shit, like I got a joint I'm doing probably in the spring, we're gonna release a Halloween with Miss Cat. I ain't gonna say much more, but I'm going straight for that audience. I'm going straight for all right, how can I create a clickbait joint?
Yeah.
And y'all just run it up because y'all want to see what's going on in this joint. It ain't about a masterpiece or none of that. It's about what's niggas watching. Let's give them that one time, just to put myself in a position where I can now be like, yo, how much Idris Elba costs for a week? How much I want Beyonce in this next joint? Like, I want to be able to just be in that position as an indie, you know what I mean? And be like, no, y'all can't have this. I'm running with this person, that, but I could choose, you know what I mean?
Can I ask this, like, one last question with like the creation side of it? Because you just said 20 and 5, then you was like, whoever can get movies done in the next couple years. How long does it take to do a movie?
So that's another good question. For most people, the filmmaking process is at least about a year. Okay. And I mean, like that's hustle. Like in the film industry, a year is like hustle. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about from conception to it's in a theater. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's another shout out to Kurt. They basically did that.
Big ass feet, man.
They basically did that with A Holiday Chance. He told me the whole story and how it came about. So, you know what I'm saying? That's like, if you really working hard and you really on your shit and you got some connections, you can go from writing a script, plugging it in wherever your connections are, and, you know, getting it shot, edited, and up or out. You know what I'm saying? That's a hustle. But I did Workbay in 4 months. So the study that I put in over the years is how I was able to do that. And then me also being the editor, the producer, the director, you know, using all my own stuff. I literally threw the project together. And I didn't even feel like people were going to receive it the way that they did when we first premiered it. But people fucking loved it. Yeah. Like, and I'm not tooting my horn. Like, I'm telling you, like, I didn't think it was trash. I didn't think it was trash at all. But I was like, let me see what people think about this joint. You know what I mean? This is a test run. Let me see what's going on. And motherfuckers really loved it. And I think my guy Jamal Hill said it to me. He said the writing was the star of the film. You know what I mean? And that's me being authentic and me just opening up and really sharing my own personal experiences in a way that might be, you know, a little funny, a little over embellished or whatever it might be. But it's a very, very relatable film. You know what I'm saying?
I want to go see it now.
You should come.
I'm gonna go to Venice Island.
You should come because I would want to hear your real true opinion.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you what it's about, and then I got a question for y'all because I want to know. So Workbay is so relatable because the name of the film sums up the film, right?
Culturally, it's become such a big.
It's
thing
become such a thing.
Point.
People got work husbands or work wives or whatever. So we went with the title Workbay. And it's the story of a gentleman who I play, Quentin Thomas, who's not being fulfilled sexually at home. Okay. He's having that type of problems at home with his wife. And then it's the story of Kayla Funches, who's played by Aisha White, shout out to Aisha, who is not being fulfilled by her boyfriend in ways that's like waiting too long for marriage or to pop the question, becoming disrespectful, becoming, just absent in the relationship and things like that. Her and my character end up working at the same job. And then the question becomes, does our love grow because of the bullshit at home, or is the bullshit at home bullshit because we see and found another option?
Got it.
Right? So it kind of takes you on that kind of, journey. And a lot of people were able to see. What I wanted to show was four...
That's a lot of fingers you just put up.
4 sides of that.
From 6 to 8 to 4.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted to show 4 sides of that. I didn't know if I wanted to do it on one hand or both. Because it was successful because the people after the film when they talked back, they mentioned some of the differences in the characters. Mm-hmm. But those 4 sides was everybody had their own kind of shit going on. Right. Where it was, Kayla was working so much and doing so much. She was an artist and working at the same time. So it's like, is she giving him the attention that she needs, right? Or where did that break down? Her dude was a money dude and what I do for you dude and all of that. And it was like, you missing what she actually asking for. You know what I'm saying? And then my character was kind of like, probably the most like regular in that it was just like, he was looking for what the relationship used to be sexually.
Right.
And the wife was in a position where I'm doing more now. We have kids now. I'm trying to start my own business from home while we have kids and you work all day. It's just a disconnect. So I wanted to show those 4 different ways that people are kind of suffering in relationships and some of the crazy stuff that they do to try to remedy that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the question I had was, y'all ever had Workbays? I heard Workbays is rampant at SEPTA.
No, we family man over here.
I never. I can honestly
ever,
say,
not right now, but ever.
What I can honestly say, I've worked corporate, I've worked in bars, all like fucking call centers, all kind of shit over the course of my life. Sneaker stores. I never engaged with a woman that I dealt with just because I just would look at like certain societal factors and just be like, when you go through like corporate sexual harassment training, that shit will set you straight to where you're like, you know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Doing it up here.
Now I have almost like abused the power of being at certain jobs and fucking a lot of the customers. That I have done.
Okay.
But as far as women that like worked with me or worked directly as a subordinate, absolutely not. I was just too afraid that I was going to get called into HR and I didn't want that on my record.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it. You know what I'm saying? It's a stupid, horrible decision.
That's how yours turned out. Stupid, horrible.
I mean, the reality of it is like, yo, you know, we both work here.
No, man, keep saying
like, I don't know if you know.
Keep seeing, even when this go wrong, I still got to see
you. And that's just the bottom line to it. It's like, like me personally, I can understand the work wife, work husband bullshit. Like we fucking on the side. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all horny animals. I get that. The relationship, like, this is like we doing that here is crazy because you can. I say it at my job all the time. When the couples ain't coupling,
you could tell.
You can see
it's rough.
The energy is so nasty. Fucking nasty. She's sitting all the way over there. You over here.
What? You know what's crazy? What I've always been good at, and I don't know if it's just the truth or something else. Maybe I do got the sauce. I don't know, but I've always been good at being honest and never going through that phase you talking about.
No. The joint with me, it ended amicably.
Amicably.
Understood.
That word. I'm tired. I've been up all day. cool.
They cool.
I conversely have had the opposite problem of being honest and people agreeing to the honesty and still flipping on me. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
just
like,
that's
this
just
is
how
like
women
bad.
are.
Like, this is a bad element to bring to the workplace.
John's in amicably. You know what I'm saying?
Go right back.
Because I want to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you my acting chops.
This is an audition. This is a casting call for me.
Well, you losing horribly with
No, because my whole thing is you can write a script without amicably. You don't need to use that word. I'm just saying.
There's another word.
There's another word to get the point across of what I'm saying.
I could just say shit was cool.
Yeah, shit was all right. You know what I'm
go.
saying? Yeah, right. My thing, or do something with B-roll to make it so they don't focus on that. What the fuck? But my thing be when it comes to like the relationship shit at work, where it's like everybody knows y'all go together, y'all, because let's keep it tall. Like relationships end. You know what I'm saying? 60% of the marriages end in divorce. So it's like y'all work together and you get like,
and 100% of my relationships in.
what if you like not trying to be funny, like
I'm always looking for the next hot thing.
what if y'all get like in unamicably? Wow.
I don't know if that. I'm gonna look that one up, and nigga, you either hired or not.
No, but that's the crazy part. I added to it and hit it on the money. I'm telling you, that's the Saul shit I was telling you about. Like, I actually said the word right in saying it wrong. Like, adding something to it and said the word right.
Maybe, nigga. We don't know if
But
that's a word.
listen to me. The point I'm making is,
Hit me out.
I forgot the point. Hold on. What was we talking about?
Relationships in.
Relationships
Niggas
end.
at work be in relationships and then they end and they be acting crazy toward one another.
But no, I had to unamicably.
We gonna do this.
See the Snickers.
Shut the fuck up.
This is all right.
No, all right. So when the relationships end and they don't end, they end. What's unamicably mean? Bad. All right. They end bad.
We
Right?
about to not be amigos no more, nigga. You keep.
I'm tired. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. So the relationships end bad, right? So y'all like not fucking with each other. Y'all got to go through all the shit now. What happens if you end up with a restraining order? You know what I'm saying? And you on fries and he can't be at the cashier because that's within 20 feet. Yeah. Now he can only take the garbage out at the, it's just, it. Right. So that to me, the work side, that shit I kind of get. It's the relationship shit I don't get at a job.
I mean, I get the convenience of it and all that shit. My whole thing is just
No, there is no convenience to it, honestly. Y'all are both here.
Well, you get your dick sucked on lunch break.
I mean, you want to get your dick sucked in the broom closet, whatever. But in the broom closet, it's like, you ever been in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Ain't no chairs in there.
It makes the dick suck better though.
The filthier the environment, the better the head.
It makes it better. But
I heard
we have a jitney room at my job. I'm just saying.
When you at work with somebody, I think another, I don't know the actual stat, but more than 50% of relationships begin in the workplace.
Yeah, because you're always there.
You're dating.
Yeah.
You're already dating this person. Yeah. And work dating is the best kind of dating because I don't have to say I like you until I really know. Right? So I can really like just spend my 8 hours, my 9 to 5 with you every day. I can maybe on Wednesday be like, well, shit, you taking lunch at 1? I was going to do Boston Market too. We on a date at that point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I can be all the way married and have the excuse of I was at work and I went to Boston Market and Susie just happened to be getting Boston Market as well. Like, and
I didn't even know she was going.
I didn't even know she was going. I just seen her there. But we're on a date. And now we do this every Wednesday. Yeah. And I got
like
a work
me personally,
wife.
I keep it a buck with you. I don't like going to like my lady's job. Like I don't like that shit.
But that's different.
No, I mean just because it's like I know he's in here. Like I know when I leave, that's the boy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
you go in there and
sizing niggas
up. He walks through the door and feels unamicable immediately. Niggas like this place not friendly.
Yo. Like I hate coming to drop food off all that shit because niggas like they do that shit. They do that shit where they pick one foot up and put it on the pole And you know, like you can see niggas doing the b-boy stance and shit. I'll be like, which one of these pussies?
The Workbay eyes at this nigga. Fucking shit out this nigga bitch in the janitor's closet, nigga.
Like I personally feel like it's kind of like, especially for women. Like you walk in, like what Patrice say, salmon working with grizzly bears. Like you go into a work environment, niggas is like they the horniest motherfuckers on the planet.
As much as true.
Seriously, if you look like anything. I'm not exaggerating. Anything. I work in a crazy place. You look like anything and come in there, you can get a Camry. I am not gassing that up. Like Price is Right, bitch. You get called on stage. You get a washer and dryer behind this curtain. Damn. That shit is real.
And that's you make a valid point, man. I say it all the time, man. They gonna hate me for saying this, but the whole relationship game is fucked up because women have devalued the box.
That's
the box
started in the 90s.
This nigga sound like Confucius.
It's worth so much more. Like here's a crazy concept me and my man was just talking about, and I know it's gonna sound wild, but just imagine that niggas had the same power and prowess we had, right? Mm-hmm. But we had the vaginas and they had the dick.
Okay.
Can you imagine like the world of that? Like,
nah, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I would be a prostitute. Like that. I'm just keeping it a buck.
But no, like, I'm saying like,
I know that
if they had what a dick gives you, but they couldn't beat us,
right?
Can you imagine the chaos of the world? Like, women are submissive because they know at the end of the day, if all hell breaks loose, a nigga can take it from you. Right. Just imagine if you couldn't. Like, you really had to earn a piece of box. Like, because that's the world we living in, is like, dudes ain't got to earn it no more. Like, y'all bitches took y'all power away.
Y'all on OnlyFans for $199.
Like, stop. Like, you really want a nigga to take you serious? It's not the niggas. It's your home girl with the new fake titties parading them around the next DJ Boo party.
Listen, man. I say it all the time. Women's circle of influence be fucking them around so
all
bad.
Day.
They
all
get
day.
bad advice. They have dumb conversations. Like
the dumb shit is important to them.
The dumb shit is important to them. They don't keep it real with one another. There'll be a whole circle of friends. It might be 10 of them, and yeah, what should I do? This, and this, and everybody chime in, give they non-terrible opinions, and then walk away. And then 3 of them like, man, that bitch dumb as a motherfucker. Right. Like, I would never. This hoe is crazy. Why would she even ask me some
ladies,
shit like that?
It's y'all. It's y'all circles. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all really gotta do better. It is not us. I've had many work bays though. I'm not.
Yeah, you seem like the type.
I'm definitely the type.
Yeah,
like I'm.
Yeah, I just don't be knowing how to mitigate my
those
horny
mustaches, like the Blair Underwood. They always
Lorenz Tate.
Yeah,
I've turned over a new leaf. I'm engaged. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations,
Fiance, Tosh, and all that. But back in my day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was different.
Yeah, I just don't know how to mitigate my horny levels, and it's just like I'm gonna turn into the boy from Hookers at the point where it's like, yo, can I pull my dick out now? Like, and I'm gonna get called into HR.
That's exactly what he said on it.
So hold it. See, here's the thing. I don't believe I did have one break room incident.
Okay.
And the shit was weird. We wasn't fucking, but we was
everything but.
We was everything but.
They say heavy petting.
But niggas was like we were like in a spot where you had to walk by us to get to your lockers and shit.
You was doing a lot.
Shit was weird as fuck. But I think that's the only time I did some shit at the job. I think most of my shit occurred like we was fucking around because we worked together.
Got it.
We took that shit at least in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah, when I started, the buses didn't have no cameras. So yeah, it was.
So there goes that.
Oh, that was different.
It was wild.
Those days was different.
Yeah, it was wild. I can't get into those stories, but
yeah, I've heard a lot about those your job stories. I've heard a lot about those.
I'm one of the more sanctified.
You been there how long?
Huh?
How long you been there?
December 7th will start my 14th year.
Oh yeah, you part of the malfeasance, nigga. You.
I don't know what malfeasance is. That like amicable?
It's just like amicable, but it means something total opposite.
I don't
nigga.
know what that means.
That just means the shits. Like you was a part of the shits crew.
I wasn't with the shits or creating the shits, but like people be shitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
I understand 100%.
I got them cottonelles. Got clean shit up. Like you know what I'm saying? But the work husband, work wife shit. Like like you said, it's impossible for it to not go on and continue in life because of the simple fact that you around, especially like it's when my joint's a little different because you kind of get a bus and
you out.
Motherfuckers is all over the fucking place. You gotta love, like I say it all the time to him, like you watching the horniness happen is just crazy. Like
that's hilarious.
I watch the table will be empty. And the chick will come in and sit down and start eating, and before long, like how the kid was dancing, niggas is dancing around.
15 niggas.
Yeah, like just doing the most. And me
doing
personally, I've gotten to the point where I
dropped my Mercedes keys right next to my Rover keys.
God damn, bitch, like I ain't, I'm trying to buy.
I don't normally even wear this rollie to work.
Yeah. I'm trying to buy this bitch this house today, and she not answering the phone. Like,
you need a house? You need
You don't need a house or nothing. She's like real shit. But I've gotten to the point now where I shy away from all that. Like I don't even go near the women I work around because
smart strategy.
For what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, smart strategy.
Like those frivolous sex years, like at the end of the day, they're kind of just done unless you just horny as shit. Niggas is 40. It's like, Kyrie's engaged now. You seem to be in your situation.
I'm on my way.
It's just at this point, it's like that frivolous. What's your name? Jessica, oh, you trying to fuck? Come on. Like, them years is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember them Jones where you kind of would hit anything?
Yes.
Like, you didn't know the chick name. Yeah, she was just walking down the street.
Yeah, a couple of them art garage day parties.
Yeah. No, I'm not even going to that. Like, a bitch that got dressed up and came out. I mean, like, she coming out of Boa. And you like, ew. Girls like,
I told you on the show before, I had homies, man, them niggas used to drive around looking for them girls that had that one particular look, got a little glossy eye, little jaundice going
on. That fur on her Woolridge was a little too matted. Like, dog.
She got on Chucks in the wintertime.
I envy them type of niggas.
Snow on the ground. She got canvas sneakers on. You know she needs some
I was blessed with a bougie dick. I can't if it ain't everything ain't right. I can't even do it.
Like them chicks that wear dance goes with jeans. Like
I can't even do it.
You out here on anything, yo?
I know you need $37.
I know you need 30 something
and a quarter for something.
And a half an eighth that's left that we ain't smoked. You can take that with you. No, you can have that. That's yours. It's two backs left too. You
that's
can
yours. Take the woods. Like,
she hit you with the you sure like it's a come up. You sure?
Real talk.
And then tell her 10 girlfriends that's giving her bad advice. Nigga, let me keep the Dutch and everything.
Yo, I remember my man bringing a chick over to the crib and he was like, yo, you want something to drink? She was like, y'all don't got no Stillsy? I'm like, oh, we wildin' tonight. Oh, we wildin' tonight.
Wait. Educate me, because that shit sounded like you trying to say amicably again. What the fuck is a Stillsy?
Still reserve.
Still reserve.
See, I'm a non-drinking ass nigga. That John.
No, you're successful. You don't need to drink that.
They drinking that shit in the slums right now. Thanksgiving Eve is the number one drinking night of the year.
Let me tell you, I'm driving the 48. The beer delivery truck. I'm at 29th and Ridge. I will never get a beer delivery truck bangs a left right in front of me. The doors go up on them Jones like now you yank like one of these
the
and
side
it slide
of the
up.
John,
He didn't close the John.
Oh.
So when he hooked the left, the whole pallet of Still Reserve fall out the fucking side of the truck as he hooked the left. He keep rolling. Dog, when I tell you motherfuckers was pulling over, jumping out their cars, this truck pulled up in front of me, all Shirley's, that's big women. They jump out the fucking car. I'm talking about you know how Still Reserve be on like the six,
I don't know. Talk to him.
Well, beer be on like the 6-pack, like the plastic,
the little plastic ring that the seagulls get stuck in.
Dog.
Atlantic City.
Yeah, they was throwing them over their shoulders like figure skates. That shit was nuts, dog. And to mind you, the shit fell off the truck, so they like some of them bust. Yeah. It's beer spraying and motherfuckers. The one nigga was like, "Oh, let me off the bus." Like, this is crazy.
You don't see all that Stilsy?
This is mayhem.
Man, it's raining Stilsy.
It's raining Stilsy.
Let me get the fuck up off here. Back door,
Dog.
motherfucker.
The malt liquor gods have answered my
Come
prayers.
on, nigga, guys. What the white boy say? Jesus, I see what you've done for others.
I can stills it in the air, nigga.
I can still sit in there. Dog. But yeah, you don't need to be drinking no fucking Still Reserve. You a successful young brother. You don't need none of that shit. But no, that's real. Like, those frivolous years are just, they're over. Like,
they're right.
That shit was done 10, 12 years ago. Like, so be at 40, like, just on some anything type shit is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
so it's just
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
You don't care about life. You don't care about life. I think at 40, one thing that I've learned for real is like, I feel like, and we talked about like the grandmoms getting younger and all that type of shit, but I feel like everything feels younger.
Yes.
Like I can remember like the way I feel today and even look today. I can remember being put in a foster home when I was like 11 and the mom and the pop was like 28, 29. And like, I feel today like how they were at that point in my life.
Right.
But they wasn't even 30 yet. And what I say to people now is like, what if I could get another 40 off?
Yeah.
And be like functional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't talking about like hit 70 and I can't walk and my back.
It definitely
I'm talking about like still be, because at that point it's almost like a rebirth. Because to your point, when we talk about to be doing the same shit that you was doing is dumb, what I looked at it like when I was about to turn 40 and being there now is like, I probably could start over.
No, you absolutely do.
With the knowledge and the leverage that I currently have and push my life into a whole nother stratosphere, because it's different in your 20s and 30s. You absolutely don't know better.
You don't know shit.
But at 40,
you figuring it out. Even if you know
absolutely
some shit,
know better.
Yeah, even if you do know some shit and you have some level of expertise, you still don't know. You're just scratching the surface of what you know compared to what you will know at 35, 40, 45, 50.
Exactly. And you want to know what I'm super supremely mad at about now me knowing that statement? I'm super supremely mad at the ages that Biggie and Tupac died.
I say it all the time.
Can you fucking imagine?
Yeah.
These niggas was what they was and didn't know shit.
Yeah, they was what do you call it? Like prodigies, man.
Yes.
Yeah, Biggie was 24, Pac was 25. And it's funny, I guess we could bring up the Chris Gotti shit.
Yeah.
The interview heavy. Shout out Chris. He actually
Definitely
just
shout
added
out
us on Instagram. Shout out Chris Gotti, man. We had an interview the other day. We broke down the whole murder ring shit. The interview was excellent. And it was dope listening back to it, like how just going through all that nonsense, he can still laugh through all of that shit. Like think about it, 9-figure company, $100 million company, just going on the strength.
He said at one point he was gambling $1 million a week,
Yeah.
and they got charged with $1 million in money laundering. He said this has to be a typo.
Yeah.
They like, well, we saw you bringing duffel bags and hockey bags and stuff in the into the offices full of cash and that. He's like, yeah, but I kept records of everything, and we was having to go into these one horse towns and pick up bags and all. He's like, that we was in that era, like where it was brown paper bag money. This shit corporate now, like everything hip hop is corporate. You know where the money coming from is contracts and all that shit. Man, they was doing handshake deals back then.
Right. But it was dope to hear him be able to laugh through all of this shit and just whatever. But afterwards, and it's like even just down to like we get done recording, he like, come on, we going to 40-40, and I'm just like, how are you having this much fun
at 54?
with the fact that like me, I lose $100 million company, everybody's getting their ass whooped all the time. I'm going full J Prince all the time, every time, all the time. And he's just like, come on, we going to 40-40. And we go in there and he's, who you like, Knicks or the Sixers? And I'm just like, yo, you really enjoy life? This shit is crazy.
Bro, it's a point, and I can't say I'm speaking from existence or experience, but it's a point where you lost so much, nigga, you just glad to be here.
The point I was making in that was we was in there and we started having a conversation about rappers. Like we started having it on the drum, but then we started having like it was crazy. We'll have good conversations off of the camera, but he was talking about Tupac, and he was just like, Pac's the biggest.
He's like, where y'all rank Tupac?
Where y'all rank Tupac? Dan said 99, and that just Chris dropped his fork, and he was just like, what the fuck? So he started saying some shit, and Dan was like, all right, I take that back. top 50. You know what I'm saying? And Chris like, you're ridiculous. And it's just like, he was like, Pac's the biggest superstar I ever saw. Like, I'm around Rule, Jay-Z, Demon. Pac's the biggest superstar I ever seen in rap. And I'm like, I told him the mulligan I always give Tupac is like, yo, he was 25. Like, people hate him because of the shit that went on and the shit with the mob, all that shit.
My nigga ain't no better.
He really didn't.
I
he
tell
was
people this about Pac.
He's a child.
Pac's not in my top 10 of rappers, but he's in my top 3 of greatest black people of all time.
Like, when you really just break down, like, certain, like how Chris was saying the other night, like, the nigga went to the Juice audition with Tretch. Tretch went to audition for Bishop. Pac didn't do anything. Right. They came out was like, you're Bishop. You're
right.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he was that type of nigga. And that's what I say, like, to a lot of people, it's like, if you really want to put like Pac's music up against a lot of different people, he gonna lose to a lot of our greats. But if you want to put his celebrity up against it, his persona, his bravado, his presence, it's not a lot of people.
I'm not sure that his music is losing to a lot of these people. So
it is, because he made a lot of bad songs.
He did, but he made a lot of great ones.
Yeah.
So it's like them great records. They like Pac. Like, not trying to be funny, you do a 20-song versus, Pac's washing a lot of people. Not washing
not the
Biggie.
top niggas.
He's not washing Biggie.
He ain't washing Biggie. He ain't washing Lil Wayne. He ain't washing Jay-Z. He ain't washing Drake. It's like he ain't washing
a lot of niggas.
But Pac's washing. Think about Pac's washing out of 12 people, he's beating them. Like, outside of 12, yeah. When you start talking about Hit 'Em Up, all About You, and two of America's Most Wanted, Hail Mary, Changes.
He got a hella 5.
He got a 20-song run. That's not even. I'm not even doing that.
He got a hella 5 35.
Yeah, that's just not even a joke.
He's just not a volume shooter.
No, he's not. But like, and Chris said that the other day. Like, that's the one. Like, people be like, "Oh, Pac made a lot of bad records," and I'm like, Pac recorded albums in a day. But yes, that's just what it is.
But that's more to the point I'm making when I say he's not. Pac is one of those people who I believe whatever he would have tried to do, he would have been successful.
Like, he
was just good at rap because he was Pac.
Yeah,
he wasn't like Jay-Z. Like,
and me personally, I don't think Pac's the greatest. Biggie's by far and away better of a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Nas is my favorite nigga. Like, it's not even close. My thing with Pac is, and this is the joint I had one of my homies argument. He was talking about the whole versus situation. Go get any rapper you want and tell them to go get 20 songs from before they 25 and then battle Pac. No one's beating the nigga. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Biggie's the only other person who can beat him. Jay-Z didn't rap till he was 38. So it's just, there's no one beating the nigga at 25 years old. No one has a keep your head up. What's the joint with I Get Around? Like, no one has that type of shit at 22 years old.
No, that's
so it's
facts.
just like Pac really's, like you said, not a volume. He's a volume scorer in the.
He took a lot of shots.
Took a lot of shots in the pantheon of hitting rap songs, but it's just like that nigga did a lot before the joint. And like Chris was saying, this shit is like he's the biggest star I ever seen. And I was thinking about that shit when we was riding home, and I'm just like, yeah, I think Chris is older than the Wayne shit. I think Wayne might be, or Drake are probably bigger stars as far as the overall shit.
I'm gonna tell you why I agree more with Chris and less with Drake or Wayne being bigger stars. If Pac was still alive, we would have seen range that we've never seen out of anybody.
I get the if, but it's not reality.
I understand, but what we saw at his age, even if you're still talking about civil rights, you talking about rapping, you talking about being in movies, you talking about being in different campaigns, you talking about his whole, what was him.
But I feel like, and don't get it fucked up, I vouch for Pac a lot, but you also got to factor in influence over like people. And Wayne's influence over like that next generation was
the next 3 generations.
It was everything. It was literally everybody was trying to do that shit. I don't really remember niggas trying to like necessarily dress like Pac. I remember the bandana, the tattoo shit, yeah, but
would you call that star power though? Because to me, when I look at, and here's where I'm gonna go. You can be a model, you can be just an actor or anything like that, and do like a role that people is like, damn, I want to be like that character, but that's not who they are, right? So if you take a Pac and you put him in all of these different buckets and he shines, right? And then you take a Drake or a Wayne and you put them in those same buckets and they fizzle out. I would argue Pac's star is bigger. And just from what I saw at that age before he passed was like someone who could do it all and not do it all in a way that was like, he probably shouldn't be doing this. It's like, no, nigga, like this nigga is Bishop. Like, and it works.
Yeah. I think it's one of the things where it's gonna be a debate for like ever, I guess.
Yeah,
whatever.
it's a fun one.
Yeah, and I just look at it where it's like I got Pac in my top 10. I got Wayne in my top 10. I got Drake in my top 10. It's just I just always will give him the mulligan against people being like, oh, but this, that, and the third. Pac was running around with them blood niggas, and he wasn't no blood. It's like I've seen kids make dumbass decisions. So it's like you just said.
And that dumbass shit can't go in your argument anyway. It's like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, one thing that Chris said that kind of like stamped and substantiated his argument, because he was like, I was there. I was with the nigga. He said, I seen women passing out. Like on some Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah,
he said, and I done been around everybody. I've been around X at his biggest, Jay at his biggest, Ja at his biggest. He said, and Ja is a little spark plug, and he a sex symbol to a certain degree. Nothing like Pac. He was like, the response that people would give Pac was just off the charts. Like some shit I'd never seen before. And this from a bird's eye view. So I'm like, damn, to me, that gave it a lot more credence than even probably I was giving it credit for before the conversation.
Yeah, that's different.
Somebody that was there.
That's different.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Chris, man. Great interview we had.
We definitely gonna do a part 2.
Yeah, because we didn't even get to all the shit.
And we're gonna lean on Chris to try to get Brother Irv on the show. That gotta happen.
Major.
Yeah, definitely. You want to knock out some topics?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
We here.
He here with us.
Okay.
Topics this time.
You want to tell them about the show?
Gotta tell him about the show.
Okay.
All
What's the show? Tell me about the show, man.
Live show announcement. We've been teasing it.
Man.
Now we announcing it Sunday, February 6, 2022. Punchline Philly, 33 East Laurel Street. It's at the Fillmore Complex. We was there before for our first live show, and we was almost there for our second live show that got canceled because of COVID. Tickets are available now at punchlinephilly.com. Tickets are available now at punchlinephilly.com as promised. Severely discounted ticket prices. If you go to goldstar.com right now, they probably are still some half price tickets left for general admission, but the general admission price is $29. VIP reserved seating right up in the front so we can talk shit to you. And if you got nice titties, we're going to comment on your titties like AO did last time. $37.
No, that's a sexual assault case. We will not be doing that.
We probably won't be doing that, but I'm going to tell you we're going to do it anyway. But yeah, Sunday, February 6th, that is the most open Sunday in the month of February. It's no Super Bowl, no All-Star, no none of that shit. Y'all got nothing better to do. It's no sports. Make sure y'all asses at the TRPE 5th anniversary live show. And if y'all not there, I'm going to come find you. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm lying, but it sounds cool to say. But we would appreciate it if y'all could make sure y'all attend and help us sell this show out. We're going to give a lot of surprises, a lot of giveaways. It's going to be dope. And we got multiple guests, not one guest. We got multiple guests because this is the 5th anniversary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
5th.
Okay.
5th.
You missed that episode of Chappelle Show?
No, I remember it.
Just didn't care.
Okay.
I've been up since the 5th fucking hour of the day today. Fuck. The Ahmaud Arbery verdict
What's funny about this
came out today.
And it ain't nothing funny about it, but what's funny about it is this is the case that black people and people at large should care about.
I'm about to say niggas didn't care.
Niggas didn't give a fuck. Niggas ain't say shit.
Niggas didn't say a word.
Because
It was up and down my timeline.
it was not on my timeline.
No, I walked into my break room today. The verdict was happening. No one was really like, it was just like, oh yeah, they guilty, cool. Man, yeah, so you seen little bitches just came out and shit like, and it's just like, I'm like, where, like, why we don't have this?
This is the support of the argument of the fact that there are cases where the justice system gets it right. This is one. This is like a watermark, like a watershed moment in judicial history that black people should be holding on to and saying, hey,
I think there's also
this happened, and they just like
there's got to be meetings that go on behind closed doors. That's like, do we want riots? Do we not want riots? Right. It's got to happen. And I just think like this was like a definite riot, John.
Yeah, this was a a finger roll at the basket. It's just kind of like you had to get this one right.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think that this is my intellectual side talking. I don't think that any hoopla or chest bumping or anything like that was necessary.
Me neither.
And I say that because that's what was supposed to happen.
Right.
And I don't think it's not about celebrating those guys' lives now being over for them taking a life, especially a black life. It's more so about like us getting to a world where what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right.
What's supposed to happen happens.
Right.
Like my biggest problem with this whole case was they did the shit, and I don't think they got charged for like
until the tape came out,
60 something days.
The original district attorney for the district ended up getting fired, disgraced, the whole nine. Somebody sent the tape into the news, and then the AG of Georgia was like, "Oh fuck no, y'all tripping? This bitch is fired. Everybody in the office is tripping. We're charging these motherfuckers," and took over the case.
Right. So they essentially like did that shit, and then just on the strength of like their word, they was like, "Oh, all right, cool, nigga was tripping, all right, bet." And they just went home.
Yeah.
And it's like that to me was the bigger issue. It was like, you know, they did that shit and then just went back to the crib and was chilling for like, that shit was like a couple months if I'm not tripping.
Like 6-7 months.
No, it wasn't 6-7 months. It was like 2.5 months.
Okay.
Two
It
and a
was
half
long
months.
enough to think they got the fuck away with it.
Right. Then the tape dropped and it was like, oh shit, nah. And then like I said, watching it all unfold in court and this and the third. So,
and that's the bigger thing. Like, if it wasn't no tape, these niggas is just still out in the world.
Man, they was gonna be out here pig farming or whatever the fuck they was doing. They was just
that's
gonna be
crazy.
It. These phones have leveled the playing field with civil rights probably more than like a lot of shit.
Hell yeah.
Like just the simple presence of these phones. Like,
can you imagine the
George
shit?
Floyd they get the George Floyd right because of this fucking phone. They get the Ahmaud Arbery shit right because of these phones. Like and the fact that everybody's a reporter. Everybody's a de facto
on tape.
journalist.
Can you imagine the shit that happened not only when nothing was recorded, but even in a time when niggas got high fives for coming back to the station saying I killed a black person?
Yeah.
Like,
don't even gotta write no report.
Right. Like that's the part for me where it's like, yo, it's like, even like you mentioned George Floyd, it's like, yo, we been telling y'all this shit regular. Like, like niggas wasn't watching that tape being like, damn, he really about to do this. Like, that's why every country around the world and white motherfuckers more than black motherfuckers was marching. They was like, oh shit, it's really been happening.
Really been happening, yeah.
Like, can you imagine? Like, that's how history works. You know what I mean?
Think about how, not to compare circumstances, but like how, like benign, like the Meek Mill situation was in comparison to like an extremity of like the George Floyd situation or Ahmaud Arbery case. But it took Michael Rubin to be in the courtroom and see the judge basically drop her pussy on Meek head for some nonsense, for him to be like, wait, what? Like this is real? Like y'all not lying? And then it started a whole fucking criminal justice reform off of the fact that like a judge was abusing her power.
Right.
Compared to those two other situations without video representation.
Right.
Motherfuckers is going home.
But the opposite is still true too, because we just saw that in the Kyle Rittenhouse shit. It's like you bring up Meek Mill, my nigga did jail time for a probationary violation.
Right, riding a bike.
This nigga did jail time.
Yeah.
This nigga killed two motherfuckers.
Well, you can't talk to us about that because them niggas earned that shit.
I'm on the other side.
I'm on the other side of that.
I'm sorry.
They earned that shit.
That shit still is not legal.
Everything about it was legal. That's the thing. It was all legal. They once they threw the gun out, it's a wrap. Like
I told people I work with, and we talked about it on our Patreon. I'm like I hate to burst y'all bubble, but like the Kyle Rittenhouse shit is just not gonna go the way y'all are hoping or wanting it to go. It's like
the letter of the law.
Like,
they followed. They litigated that down to the letter of the law. And when you get the person that you shot that survived in the courtroom, and they showing him a drone video, in high definition, like, oh yeah, that's you pointing the gun at Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh yeah, shit, that is me. Yeah. You know he didn't shoot you until what happened? Till I pointed a gun at him.
He had his hands up and Kyle Rittenhouse didn't shoot at him.
But how you in the mix with a assault rifle and you just
not
a
assault
civilian?
rifle? It was a rifle.
The same thing.
The same way this nigga was in the mix as a felon with an illegal firearm.
See, I must be uneducated about this shit.
But that's not your fault though, because the liberal media, CNN and MSNBC, spun this shit in a way to where you think some shit that didn't happen happened. And that is the problem. They had high definition drone video of the whole shit that didn't get introduced until day 5 of trial.
But my question is this: even if you on that side, my question is this: do you believe that case goes the same way if it's Kyrie Rittenhouse?
If it's video and all of that, absolutely. Yeah, because you know who didn't get shot in this incident? The black guy that said, "Let me back the fuck up," and he didn't get shot.
No, I'm saying if
he's
the
more so saying if the
shooter
shooter
black.
is black.
No, if the shooter was black and all circumstances are the same, you got drone videos, you got this and this and this, you got this stupid motherfucker that you shot that survived in court, watching him fucking get his dumb ass shot because he did too much. It's the same thing. I hate to be
that guy, but like the same day that Kyle Rittenhouse got found out guilty, a black guy who had a shootout with the cops got found out guilty.
Got found out guilty the same day.
The same day.
Nigga said, I hate to be that guy.
No, because
black people, we got that emotion and that energy. We gotta save that shit for just causes. Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't even our cause. That's white on white crime.
That I agree with.
I personally, when I saw the actual facts, and I got into it very, very quickly. I really, again, macaroni and cheese that doesn't have orange cheese, I don't really care about this. So when I saw it, I just was like, he's white. They in the whitest town in the whitest world of wherever the fuck they was at. Like, they not in Chicago, Detroit, Philly, Atlanta, hot Atlanta. Like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
All of the
so it's like
all of the circumstances being what they were, the fact that like the people that he shot came farther to come to Kenosha than he did to shoot their asses.
Like
what are y'all doing here? There's never a reason to come to Kenosha, Wisconsin.
When I saw the actual facts of what was going on,
I saw he going home.
The gun wasn't illegal. The gun wasn't fucking like he didn't fucking alter the gun. He was legal to have the gun. They charged him with weapons. He shot them. Just the whole narrative of he was out there to do damage. And I told my homie, I'm like, bro, it was 3,000 people out there. If he wanted to do damage, did you see the nigga with dreads the other day that killed 6 people with the car?
I did see that.
Like that nigga was that.
He was there to do damage.
You know the craziest part about this shit was he was fleeing from arguing with his bitch.
Yikes.
And now you know what his family's saying? This is the same as the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. He didn't mean it.
Like, he
So now black people try to use the Kyle Rittenhouse case as
legal precedent.
For their dumbass uncle that ran over 6 people.
He killed 6 people. He ran over 20. But he was fleeing from a domestic dispute. They said the cops weren't chasing him. So he
was chasing himself.
Yeah,
demons was chasing him.
I don't know what but they said they like
this bitch is behind me.
It's not funny, but they was like the cops weren't chasing him. So he did the shit, drove through the crowd. Then he came to like his somebody he know crib, and they they got the ring doorbell and shit. Mm-hmm. He come up, ring the doorbell. He on this joint like. So his man come to the door. He come in. You could hear him like, "What's up with you, cuz? You ain't seen nothing crazy on the news today, have you?" He like, "No." He like, "Oh, yeah. What's up with you?" Like,
nigga,
I'm like, "What the fuck, yo?" Yeah, we killed 6 people and shit. And it's just like that nigga was doing damage. That's what the fuck. Like, I don't even understand the whole purpose of driving through a crowd. They said it was a parade, like a Thanksgiving parade. So
that's
it's like
crazy.
And all of the initial reports, like, I know he white. This it was a black nigga. They was like, oh shit, niggas
always that way. Oh
shit, damn, that was
but fuck Kyle Rittenhouse at the end of the day. Ahmaud Arbery, rest in peace. His killers now. The son got found guilty of everything.
Everything.
The dad got, I think,
Most
8 out of 9, and then the neighbor got 6 out of 9.
Yeah.
Of the
he got
charges.
the felony murder, not the malice
murder.
or
Yeah,
whatever like that.
But
he
they're all going to jail.
Yeah, they're gonna turn them into bacon bits.
Yeah, they're all going to jail. Where do I want to go with this? Music.
Okay.
Music, man.
Billboard released their top 10 artists of all time. I have a problem.
I'm super mad at this list.
School me. I don't know it.
The number one was the Beatles. I'm not mad at it. I get it. White people, whatever. I get it. I understand it. Michael Jackson
Was number 7.
Behind
Janet.
That in itself to me was crazy because Mike is number one.
And Prince ain't on the list.
I ain't mad at that.
Prince played 27 instruments.
I get it. But the people that are on the list, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like they hold off and put, like, Lauryn Hill on the list. Like, I can understand Stevie Wonder being on the list. I can understand Mike. I can understand Janet. I can understand Elton John.
Here's the thing.
I can understand
Here's the thing. Elton John...
Elton
John is an ally to black people, and he'll tell you himself he ain't more talented than Michael Jackson or Prince.
I don't think so, but this is Billboard. And at the end of the day, 10? Elton John has, like, Billboard, like... super records. So it's like
Prince?
I get it. All I'm saying is I understand the 10 people on the list.
I'm cool with Elton being on the list.
I'm more so mad at the order. I'm not trying to take anyone off the list. I'm saying I'm trying to take
niggas off the list. There was somebody on there that was especially egregious that I did not agree with being on the list.
Why am I not?
I think when people look at Billboard, they miss a lot of that being Billboard.
Top 10 artists, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No say cheese posted
the Beatles, Madonna, Elton John, Elvis Presley, Mariah Carey, Stevie Wonder, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. What's that? 7?
Whitney Houston,
Rihanna.
Oh, Michael Jackson was 8, even more egregious. Whitney Houston, Rihanna. So,
like, I'm not mad at the list.
Get Elvis Presley the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't even realize Elvis was on the list.
Elvis is 4.
All right, I'll give you that. Elvis off and Prince on. I'll give you that. I honestly didn't realize Elvis was on the list.
What, 4 or 5 hits or some shit?
Elvis stole Chuck Berry's whole life. He did a Chuck Berry cosplay and became the king of rock and roll. I smacked the shit out of Elvis. Fuck Elvis. Now, you off the list.
What
bro.
I will say is I understand this being Billboard. You know, Billboard has a different grading scale.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is if anybody's coming off the list and someone's going on, I don't understand how the 2 niggas who have annihilated Billboard more than anyone don't go on the list. If you're using that metric.
And who you going with?
Is Lil Wayne and Drake.
Drake and Lil Wayne.
So it's like
Eminem ain't a part of that?
Not with them 2 niggas. Not like
them niggas. They different animals.
You figure Drake now is at 250. Wayne is just at 200. Yeah. Nicki Minaj is at like 90-something placements.
No, she got more than that now.
I'm sorry, 109.
Yeah, 109.
109 placements. It's like Future is so.
Yeah, this John crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand Madonna being number 2.
Michael Jackson
for me
gotta
was
be
wild.
Like when people are breaking, when people are crossing Billboard thresholds and this and this and this, you never hear. Yeah, they just passed Madonna. Like you never hear that.
Right.
You hear the Beatles. You hear like Jay talked about
Janet Jackson.
You hear Jay talking about I got more like slaps than Elvis or whatever the fuck, like shit like that. Certain people that you hear, at least from a Billboard standpoint.
Are we mad at Mariah or Rihanna over Beyonce?
Yeah, no, we're not mad.
We not mad at that.
Nah, because Rihanna fucks Billboard up.
Yeah, but I was about to say Beyonce really doesn't crush Billboard.
Yeah, I think it's like, you know, it's a combination. It's analytic. It's all the charts compared.
Yeah, it's super analytic. That's Billboard.
Some weighted heavier than others, and how long and all this whole shit. But at the end of the day, Drake been on Billboard top 200 for 550 weeks.
Yeah,
and as I'm looking at these motherfucking stats, Mike stats is all better than Janet's. Number 1 hits, Janet got 10, Mike got 13. Top 10 hits, Janet got 27, Mike got 30. Number of songs to make the Hot 100, Janet got 41, Mike got 51. Longest lasting song in number 1, Mike has 2 of them at 7 weeks. Janet has 1 song, That's the Way Love Goes, at 8 weeks.
Yeah, so it's like y'all ignored your own metric to rank Janet ahead of Mike because you knew it would get us talking about the list.
But also at the same time, what it is Janet has that Together Again was on Billboard for a whole year.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
but that's the only stat she beat him on.
Right.
And he
But
got 2
what
songs
it
that
is
did 25 weeks.
Mike, you gotta remember, Thriller and all that shit didn't count. It didn't register the way it do now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know them albums was like, even when they go to the record sale shit, like Mike actually technically, if you in the streaming shit, Thriller probably did 130 million.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? Because like
He
literally
did like 67 million just in the sales.
in the
era.
record sales. So, it would have to be with streaming. Yeah, once you count. I mean,
Worldwide, 150.
yeah, worldwide. I'm talking about in America.
That's insane.
So it's like, yeah, it's like literally they were saying how like at one point it was like 1 out of every 3 households had the record.
Yeah.
So it's like, can I borrow your Thriller? Oh no, my brother. You got to get your own Thriller. Like it was like that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I just these lists are always kind of wild.
There's
Yeah,
always
they
an element.
controversial on purpose.
They always exactly. They always throw. They be like, all right, this list makes sense. This is just like, but ain't nobody gonna talk about this list because it make too much sense. Let's put motherfucking Mike at number 8 and just fucking ruin everybody's day.
Egregious.
Ruin everybody's day.
Under his sister, you can't. Mike ain't under Janet on no lists.
No
Except dead.
lists. Put the S in there. No lists.
No lists.
Yeah, I don't like the list, man. I don't like the list. Michael was number 1. You know, even if y'all want to put the Beatles number 1, cool. Michael was
Mike
is
2.
1B.
Yeah.
Like he ain't even number 2. He 1B or 1AA, whatever the fuck you
White
want to
people
classify.
do love their
it.
Beatles though. They love their Beatles. If I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like if it was Michael Jackson and the Beatles in a room and one had to go, I think the Beatles is coming out on account of white people.
Yeah, you might be right.
I mean, yeah, the Beatles is, you know, like, you know, they're actually about to do a documentary on the Beatles on This Goes By the Runners. That's how that sounded when I did that.
Is I'm a believer the Beatles? Then I saw her face.
Yeah.
I'm
All right, good, good.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
beautiful.
I just wanted to make sure that if I had the chance to win $1 million based on knowing one Beatles song, I would win my $1 million because I lost that shit like a motherfucker on the Foo Fighters.
Somebody
when they
made
got-
somebody made a brilliant point. Okay, we talking about Billboard, but Mike owned the Beatles catalog. So how the fuck can the Beatles be ahead of Mike if they don't even make money off their catalog and Mike owns the shit?
There go
Like,
another one. There go another one. I'm talking about his point.
yeah, yeah. The lists are all they're always subjective. When I saw it, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I same with the Grammys. I'm like, the Grammys to me is just it. The Grammys has been out of touch for a very long time,
Facts.
pretty much ever. When it comes down to like shifting music, like culture shifting music, the Grammys are never really there.
Yeah, they always miss it.
You know what I'm saying?
They always miss it like by either by a hair or by like a whole year.
You see what I'm saying? So like me personally, like this is just me and how I feel about music. I look at like 2010, right? Those Grammys always kind of stick out to me. Kanye West won the best rap album for Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was the best album.
Right.
That was on point. Best rap song that year, I forgot what won it. I can go look it. Rick Ross BMF wasn't even nominated. And I personally remember that year, that BMF record moved everybody around.
Yeah.
So to see it not even nominated was just like, because think about how far we've come from I Think I'm Big Meech,
Yeah.
Larry Hoover. Now, Big Meech's son is starring in the Big Meech show. That's the #1 news show on television. And Drake and Kanye we're all going to the free Larry Hoover concert.
Exactly.
Like, that Rick Ross song really moved shit around.
It was an earthquake of a record.
It was an earthquake.
It was in every car. It was in every car. It was on BET every 4 minutes. It was such a good song. From the Rick Ross performance, you forgot Styles P was on there and he killed the shit.
Crazy, right?
You forgot it. We don't
just
even
reminded
we
me,
don't even
nigga.
mention that he's on this record.
Damn.
That's how good the first 2.5 minute performance is by Rick Ross. You forgot that fucking Styles P, one of the greatest rappers of all time, is even on this fucking song.
Run This Town won.
I hated Run This
I
Town.
hated that record. I like Kanye's part, but that wrong. The nominees that year was Dead and Gone T.I., Death of Auto-Tune Jay-Z, Run This Town Jay-Z.
Death of Auto-Tune did nothing. That shouldn't have been nominated.
The Wheezy freestyle was better than the fucking actual song, and that's what I mean. It's like when you really get into these Jones where you just like. Yo, like 2015, Kendrick Lamar won for I. The nominees were Anaconda, We Dem Boys, and 0 to 100 and fucking Bound 2.
Like 0 to 100 was a random freestyle that got released as a white label. Like that shit got Grammy consideration. Like what?
Like
that shit ain't got no rhyme or reason to it.
Kendrick Lamar won again in 16 for All Right. The nominees were All Day, Kanye featuring a bunch of people.
Yeah, that song did nothing.
Energy by Drake, which was like
that shit and that what
he
was
had
it,
9,000 niggas on
that
shit.
shit blowing
Glory,
the fucking fire. That shit was all that.
Glory by Common and John Legend and Trap Queen. If you ask me, Trap Queen would have that's a diamond record. And that's the point where I'm just going into. Future just got a plaque the other day for Life is Good. It's diamond. It's diamond. Drake got 3 diamond records now.
In the last 3 years.
Life is Good is diamond. Sicko Mode is diamond.
God's Plan
is diamond. Yeah. That shit is nuts. And I look at like Future, it's like, how the fuck do you have more #1 records than everybody out here? How the fuck do you have a diamond record and you just don't even get mentioned when Grammys come around? Think about that. Hendrix was not nominated for a Grammy. That's one of Future's best albums. That shit low-key might be better than DS2.
Yeah.
And it's just like I watch shit like that. Like, think about it. Who the fuck got more Billboard charting records this year than anybody in music? It's Lil Durk. Yeah. Lil Durk is not mentioned when it comes to.
He got like 45 placements on Billboard.
And that shit to me,
fucking crazy.
He's going crazy.
It blows my mind when I look at what Lil Baby and Lil Durk have been able to do. The Grammys come around, we do not know these niggas. Yeah, Lil Baby last year had the only double platinum rap album. Yeah. That nigga got no mention in this shit. This shit is crazy. So it just blows my mind.
And then the second biggest rap album of last year was Lil Uzi, Eternal Take, and that's not even getting no spin. You know what I mean? As far as like Grammys and all that. So
I mean, that shit is obviously still at this point in this juncture, it's not run by us.
Right.
You know
so they released the nominees for best rap song the other day. They got Family Ties, Baby Keem, and Kendrick.
That's probably gonna win.
Jail with Kanye and Jay-Z, which is like,
what is that on Donda?
Exactly.
Donda, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Here's what's crazy is the Baby version is better than the Jay-Z version, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Best Friend, Sweetie and Doja Cat. I swear to God, I didn't know this was a record.
I love that record.
I found out the other day what it is. Is the Go Best Friend go back? Is that it?
No. That's
so
my
that's
best
not
friend. It. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no. That's a big record.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
and they both look delicious in the video.
I think that's just your horny creeping in. Bath Salts with DMX album, Jay-Z and Nas. And I saw that and I'm just like, I swear to God, my first reaction was like,
that's a He's Dead nomination.
I was like, Bath Salts? What the fuck is Bath Salts? And I'm like, I thought it was called crack. And I'm like, oh no, it wasn't. And I'm like, Bath Salts is nominated for a Grammy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no reason or for a DMX, Jay-Z, and Nas record to like come across you like your space and you like,
and you don't
what was that?
Know all the words.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like these records don't connect.
Right.
That they put in. That's my biggest issue. These records don't. There are records that really connect and move shit around.
Yeah.
Personally, they could have nominated Migos Straightening on this joint before any of this other shit. And I'd have been like, all right, I understand that.
Any of those first 10 Migos songs from that album that we all love.
That album is the shit.
Dog, that's to
probably
me
the album of the year.
That to me, that's the best album of the year.
I'm going to tell you, Donda came out. Fucking Certified Lover Boy came out. I gave him runs. I put that Migos back on.
Back to the Migos.
I put that Migos back on.
They put together a solid body of work, and niggas is rapping on that drum. On top of the performance element of it, they on that motherfucker rapping.
Migos different, man. They so underrated, man. Like I think a lot of they bars get lost in their cadence. Yeah. But when like you really listen to a
you can't argue with me. You know how I feel about Takeoff.
It's like, come on, man, y'all niggas.
Takeoff is a rapper, a rapper's rapper. I fucks with Takeoff. So it just that'd be my biggest thing with the Grammys is to see them never really have like the shit that connected with the young, the old, like it's just always a miss. Like it's just always
like whatever y'all criteria is, like it has to check at least one of the boxes. But some of these records just be straight head scratches where you be like, all right, well, it wasn't impactful, it didn't really sell, it didn't kill Billboard. Like, how did this record get here? Like,
Jay-Z's on it.
Exactly. So now it's like, oh, Jay-Z got 84 Grammy nominations. Somebody gonna say, yeah, well, he's 74, so that makes sense.
This shit is ridiculous.
They're doing a poor job in their diversity department, is what it is at the end of the day. They don't have
for best rap album. They got J. Cole's Off Season, Certified Lover Boy Drake, which I'm so lost, and I'm a Drake fan. The album came out a month.
Yeah, I didn't even think it made the deadline. I thought the deadline was August.
I was so lost when I saw that. I'm like, no, like you know what I'm saying, like. I don't know.
It's probably COVID.
Is Migos nominated?
COVID
No.
years.
Nas, King's Disease 2, Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost.
I knew he was going to get nominated.
And then Donda.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that Migos ain't on there.
It seemed like, is it me or did it seem like they shortened the nominees this year? Like they normally have like 5 or 6, and this year it's like 4.
It's 5.
It's 5 in every category. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Some like years before they had 4. Like when Kendrick won for Damn, it was 4. It's always like 4, maybe. It's always 5, maybe 6. Yeah. But some years have had 4, like older years, but nothing recent. Everything has been 5.
Okay, well I was wrong about that.
But like, yeah, you look like 2010, like we just spoke about. Like, you know, it just there's no reason for like Eminem Relapse to be nominated for a Grammy. Now when Rick Ross dropped and it just it's too much.
What
shit.
is this?
It's the name. But see, that you know what the crazy thing is like, I think oftentimes we forget how much of a minority we are and how much, like, you can't be a successful rapper if white people don't like you at the end of the day. So that is what we fighting against, because when you use the word like connect, it's like shit connects with them differently. So there might be a faction of folk that we not privy to or at and around that's like, this shit is phenomenal. I don't know what the fuck the Migos are saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there go your nominees. You know what I mean?
Listen,
like, it's different
I
worlds.
could listen to Takeoff rap all day.
As could I. I like all of them. You ask my motherfucking girl, when that shit first came out, nigga, I was walking around the house like, did you take your towel down? Where the fuck is my slippers? Like, I was like talking like the Migos, nigga. Like, this shit was crazy.
My girl coming to crib, she was like, Matt. I'm like, where the fuck he came from? I swear to God. Takeoff my fucking mans, dog. I fucks with Takeoff. I like his solo, all that shit. Like, Takeoff to me can really, really rap.
Yeah,
Quavo can rap. Offset's good. They're good rappers. Mm-hmm. But Takeoff to me just has like, if he didn't rap in that cadence to where it's like, that's they flow. Mm-hmm. When you really break down his, you know, when she see the dawn, she give him his son. The rubber came red like a plum. Mm-hmm. The streets like the sun. I got a robber the drunk. He smoking my lungs. Arabian bitch. Like, he can really rip apart a beat. Yeah. And it's like, damn, like I sit there sometimes, I be like, yo, Takeoff really nasty
he
with it.
some shit, dog.
Nasty with it. Super nice.
He some shit.
I fucks with Takeoff a lot. But yeah, I was very disappointed to see the Migos Culture 3 wasn't nominated. That was my biggest
ridiculous.
Gripe. I personally think that's the best album of the year.
It's ridiculous.
I'm with you.
Dog, I finally saw the video the other day for the joint with YoungBoy.
Oh,
Did you see the video where they redid "Don't Be a Menace"? Mm-hmm. I was cracking the fuck up off of that.
I don't know if I seen that.
Yeah, they redid.
I Need It. The
I Need It
song. With
Offset was dressed like Loke Dog. Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious. But it's just even like down to like Future and all, like, it just. The Grammys, and we complain about it a lot to the point where me and you don't even really fuck with the Grammys. But it's just annoying because it's like, that's the industry standard.
Right.
And to me, to not see Future, Lil Baby, Migos, Rick Ross, I could name a gazillion of them. Like Jeezy. Like there was a time period. I know y'all don't like Jeezy now because of the Asian lady, but I'm telling you.
Trisha talking now.
That I was about to say the reception. What the fuck was the name of that? The reception. The reception. The recession moved everything. My President is Black should have a Grammy.
Yes.
You couldn't escape that record in 2008. You know why? the fucking president was black. Like, you couldn't escape that shit. Put on when that dropped, you couldn't get away from it. You just couldn't. So it's like Circulate. When that hit, you couldn't get away from it. Welcome Back. By the way,
he really, and it's an underrated appreciation for Jeezy because he really did every style of rap on that album.
Dog.
And people don't even talk about it.
Let's talk about hate, because I get a lot of like every fucking thing from that album. Vacation.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, and I look at it like, how the fuck didn't the Recession win the Grammy that year? And it's just
Did it even get nominated?
About to tell you.
Yeah, you gotta look up what beat that.
Recession came out in 2008, right?
Yeah, September 2008.
Yeah.
2009 was the Carter 3.
Carter 3.
T.I. Paper Trail.
That's a hard one.
Lupe Fiasco's The Cool. Nas Untitled.
Nas Untitled, get the fuck out of here.
And good old, who'd you just say? Jay-Z, Blueprint 3.
But you said
I'm sorry, Jay-Z, American Gangster.
You said Wayne Run.
Wayne
though, right?
won, Carter 3.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, Wayne's supposed to win.
Wayne was supposed to win, but the Recession should be
At least
nominated.
nominated.
Should be
Absolutely.
nominated.
It should be nominated to where you're now Grammy-nominated recording artist Young Jeezy. You
Over
earned that with the Recession.
Definitely over that Nas album.
And definitely over Blueprint 3 also. I hated that album.
Then look at
One
Eminem
of the
won.
better ones.
Eminem won 2010. You know what was nominated? Common, Universal Mind Control. That's
I never
stunk.
even heard that album.
Flow Rider, Roots.
Who
I
is-
didn't know Flow Rider had a Roots. Did you know
I
that?
didn't know Flo Rida made albums.
You mentioned-
just made
you said
singles.
Common
I would
like 3
rather
times in
watch
these
Roots
nominations.
than listen to Flow Rider Roots.
100%.
Most Def, The Ecstatic, and Q-Tip, The Renaissance. That was nominated.
I've heard none of these albums.
You see what I'm saying?
So it sounds to me like the niggas who are making these nominations are more into backpack rap
I don't know.
than
It seems that way.
2011, yours nominated B.O.B., Drake, Thank Me Later, Jay-Z, Blueprint 3, The Roots, How I Got Over. You know what won? Eminem again, The Recovery. It's just shit is crazy. It's just they're never in the right
they're like-
space.
they like a
Who's
different
white?
they like a different type
Who's
of rap.
white?
Who's white? That's who we picking.
And you know the Macklemore shit, like people still ain't get over that. They literally had to give Kendrick the next 3 Grammys just to make up for the shit.
Like, yeah, we fucked up.
Did you
What
drop
was it?
anything this
Song
year,
of the
Kendrick?
year or
Pimp a
album of the year
Butterfly?
he got?
Don't worry about it. Grammy. Huh?
Macklemore, song of the year or album?
Album
Album of the year. He beat
He beat Kendrick.
Good Kid, Mad City. Yeah. Thrift Shop beat Good Kid, Mad City.
Nigga, I'm tell you about Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City was such a fucking good album. I was banging it in my whatever I was driving at the time so much. I drove down south somewhere, one of the Carolinas or some shit, in a rental, and the motherfucker had a CD player. Nigga, I went to Best Buy and got the CD.
Bought the CD.
That's how good the motherfucker was.
They in TDE
Like-
offices going over the charts. They like, all right, so we did 180,000 streaming and 1 album sold. This is a success, baby. Like, dog. I ain't gonna hold you.
know they got the head.
I slept Good Kid, Mad City, and Ra made me fuck with it. Ra was like, "No, yo, I'm telling you, yo, like this shit is it's poetry in motion, yo." And I was on a tip like I really didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
feel you.
like we had the joint like I know you seen the joint Crank Lucas
I have not.
when he imitated Kendrick.
I have not.
Oh my God, you gotta watch. It's the greatest imitation ever. And he's literally like, what if God was from Compton? Would he have an AK? Like, it was like, and I'm like, I didn't like that shit. Like, that shit annoyed me. And Rob was like, nah, yo, Kendrick really, really nice. He did the Cypher with Snoop and all them. Remember they did like the West Coast Cypher, like Corrupt and all them shit. And he was killing. I'm like, all right. But then I heard Poetic Justice, Drake power washed him on Poetic Justice. And I'm like, I don't know. What happened was, I forgot where I walked in a store and I heard that Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe shit playing. And I was like, what is this? And they was like, oh, it's the boy Kendrick. He dropped the drink, pull up, drink. I'm like, I hate that fucking record. But this shit is all right. So I started listening to it. Shireen. What was the joint? The one that flipped me was the joint with the boy J-Rock.
Money Trees.
Money Trees. I was like, oh, this shit, all that. Then the remix came out with Hove and he power washed him. And I was just like, damn, this boy is all right.
This little nigga can rap.
Weird nigga can rap a little bit. Like, and that flipped me. And I was like, yeah, good kid is all that. But I don't really care about none of this other shit. LeBron elbowed a nigga, got suspended. He back dropping.
It's par for the course.
Dropping 30 on a nigga. They did. I felt bad for the Knicks fans. But they wound up having a really good game last night.
Yeah, 106, 100.
We talk all the time now with the ticket shit. You know, that was his only game in the Garden this year.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, that's kind of salty. Like, if you go all out for some tickets.
Like, damn, I should have sold those.
So what they do for the fans?
You sit your bitch ass down and you watch Russell Westbrook.
Oh, you said I thought you said you feel bad for him. I thought you said they got something for us.
Oh,
so.
no.
Sit your bitch ass down and watch Russell.
Sit your bitch ass right there.
Eat your curly fries.
Watch Anthony Davis.
He ain't playing.
Fuck is you talking about?
They ain't playing tonight. God damn.
But yeah, the LeBron back, you know, back on his shit, doing what the fuck he do.
We want to say we appreciate you for rocking with us the whole show like this.
For staying here
Of
all
course,
this time.
of course.
Kidnapped
right?
you and shit. I know you got a fiance to go home
Listen,
to.
she done text me 85 times.
Where the fuck
You
are you
alive?
at?
You
You said 30 minutes. What is this? It's midnight.
Workbay my ass, pussy. You ain't working.
Nigga, I done snuck.
It's cool,
I done
yeah.
snuck flicks already. Like,
Oh no, we got pictures for you.
we on the show.
Yeah, we got photos for you saying you need a permission slip signed or something like that.
I want you to keep it Damn.
Keep it.
Get it together now.
Amicable.
Yeah, keep it amicable. There you go. You got anything else?
Gentleman Kyrie Terrell, jack of all trades, super talented dude, longtime friend of mine. Focus Studios
There you
is
go.
the company. Workbay is the new film. We're gonna have a last showing. Emphasis on last, niggas. Like after this, it's a wrap. It's going and streaming. So if y'all want to see it, next Friday, December 3rd, you got a 6 p.m. showing and an 8 p.m. showing, right?
That is a fact.
I did my homework.
There you go.
I'm well versed.
There it go.
It's gonna be showing at Venice Island in Manayunk, right on Lock Street. Y'all got your Googles, look that up. What's the website where they can get them tickets? Because we want this joint to sell out today.
Workbay.eventbrite.com. That's easy. Workbay.eventbrite.com. And as Chad mentioned, we got a 6 p.m. and an 8 p.m. So make a date of it, man. Bring somebody out with you. You come to the 6 p.m. show, go get dinner after that, or go get dinner first and come to the 8 p.m. show because we right there, right off of Main Street. Nothing but restaurants up there. So make a night of it December 3rd. Come out and see Workbay, man.
I will be in the building.
You can go bring your Workbay for the 6 o'clock.
Bring your real bay for the 8 o'clock.
There you go. However you want to
Just
do it.
meet me down there.
You know what I mean? Come through.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
We appreciate you, man. Peace.
Thank you.